All right. I am back up. I apologize. Yeah, I just got hit just now. I mean, this YouTube is a trip. Hold on one moment. Um, it's not allowing me to go back in. Oh, I'm back up. I'm back up. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in. Not allowing me to go back in. Oh, I'm back up. So this is a this is a this is a new stream. I'm going to post it. All right. This is a this is a this is a new stream. I'm going to post it. I am back up. All right. This is a new stream. I'm going to post it. I am back up. All right. This is a new stream. I'm going to post it. I am back up. All right. Okay. Sorry about the technical difficulties. What happened, Celine? I was actually doing my stream. I was playing the mama's video and they disconnected the stream because they said I was going against the policy there and I had fair use at the bottom. So let's get the likes back up. I apologize for what just happened. That's the first thing that has happened to me. And I'm going to continue on talking about what I talked about before. Uh, yeah, that's the first thing. What I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do. Yeah, I got everybody up. Our fat food's healthy. I won't play any more videos like that. Looks like YouTube got a little wet in their panties there, and they like they did Brother Nate's stream. They cut my stream. That's what they did. YouTube cut my stream. So I'm back up. Like, share, and subscribe to the 401 Talk Zone radio show. And I'm just gonna put the links down for anybody that wants to come up so we can talk about this issue on mama's boys, music that is played to make dads look bad, moms look good. Let's get the likes back up, everybody. I had 15 likes. So I was rocking and rolling, and then all of a sudden, YouTube and shout out to everybody. Makes me want to find another place to go to, but build it as we fly it. What KS used to say. Yeah, YouTube cut my stream, brother. They cut my stream first time. So what I can't do is have any more those types of videos. So we'll just have to bring it right up on the panel and just freestyle it. And I don't have a problem doing that. Yeah, I may have played it too long as well, but at the bottom I had fair use. Uh, can't keep a good man down. That's right. Are you sure it was YouTube? I don't know. It said the stream was cut due to a violation. All right, everybody, I'm back up. Let's get the likes back up. Let's get the poll back up. Let's continue where we left off. Little technical difficulties again. I was on for about an hour. YouTube cut my stream. I put it right back up. So let's get the likes back up. Again, let's get the poll back up. Anybody who wants to come up, come on up. I dropped the link. Maybe we better do it that way. I tried something different. Thought it was going to work. Didn't work. So, again, what that clip was, the guy was actually proposing to his mother. Maybe natural fruits and veggies are healthy. They're healthy. Yes, stuff happens. Thank you, Men's Daily. Stuff happens. So, but in the end, when it comes to mothers and fathers, what is really their roles today? We live in a society that doesn't like families, really doesn't like men. No copyright bot snippers on Rumble or Odyssey. Thank you, Laughing Dog. Might have to go over there so I can actually and bring some of my subscribers over there because can't let that get me down because I'm not even. The funny thing about it is I'm not even monetized. I don't plan on being monetized. I actually had the banner right at the bottom that said fair use. This video is not for monetization. And they still got me. Shout out to Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Create a free locals and Rumble account. They're very freedom of speech, content sharing friendly. Go research and check them out. Well, it's open panel, so while everybody's getting back up, jump on the panel. We can talk. We can talk about this YouTube stuff because it just, that's never happened to me. And I've been on YouTube. That's the first time. Now it's in the chat. Am I going to get a strike for that? Do you know? Am I going to get a strike? I mean, they took the stream down, so I didn't take it down. They took the stream down. They shouldn't even give me a strike on my channel for that because I had the fair use. But again, got the lefties running Google here. Rakita Law runs everything on YouTube, Rumble, and Odyssey. So if YouTube gets hit, he's still up. Well, thank you for letting me know. But again, thank you. Welcome back to the stream. For everybody who's coming back, I apologize for what just happened. It does happen sometimes. You fall off the horse, get right back up and ride it again. Now, where I left off, I was talking about songs that depicted men as bad, which the men were the dads, like Papa was a Rolling Stone, Papa Don't Preach, and Mama's good. Dear Mama, you were a dope fiend, but you'll always be a black queen. Scrubs by TLC. You also had, I believe the name of that group was 40 Thieves. You heard the term chicken and pigeonhead. Talked about acrimony from Tyler Perry. Those were actually male-friendly films and of course, a male-friendly record. Well, in the end, you don't hear anything about acrimony. You don't hear anything about that song that was a rebuttal to Scrubs. Nothing. And like I said, in this society, it's been about men taking lumps. And a lot of things I have to blame on we men. We men have done it to ourselves, and we have to be accountable for it. Everybody, let's get the likes up. Let's get some more subscribers. I'm not asking for cash apps. That's at your discretion. Get the likes up. Get the likes up, though. Let's get my subscriber count up. Support my channel. That's what I want you all to do. And let me go back to the poll. All right. I got 10 votes. Are fat-free foods healthy? 20% say yes. 80% say no. We'll get into that in a minute. So what I'm going to say to this. Father's Day just passed. I don't like that they had Pride Month. It seemed like it overshadowed Father's Day. Fathers only got one day. I don't even know when Pride Month was established. I knew they had the parades. I live here in Indiana, and they had a parade here. They had one in Chicago. All your liberal cities had the Pride parades. And in the end, fathers couldn't even get one day without somebody putting them down for doing the right thing. I mean, I even heard commercial. Minister Japp had it on. That commercial was on last year. Some of these boys, they were sweet as sugar, talking about their mom did everything for them. Well, if you're a widow, you're going to have to take up slack. There are men who have been widows. They've taken up the slack. You know, I can't have everybody feeling like a victim. Now, again, going back to the child support issue, I had to pay child support. I paid for 4 kids. I didn't like it. I know when I didn't have a job, I had to find some way to pay it. And when I couldn't find any way to pay it, they didn't modify it for me. They froze my bank account, which at that time when I was getting checks, not direct deposit, I went and cashed a check where they couldn't track it. So I was still getting my money because I had my company. I was working for Dewberry and Davis in Alexandria, Virginia. Then I said, send the check. Now they did twice intercept my income tax money. So getting back on the child support issue, we already know that the system isn't fair. So what can we do about it as men? Well, we just have to be more careful with who we are having sexual interactions with. That's the real deal. I know life is never said to be fair. We're all going to get hosed at some point in our lives. The difference is, what are you going to, just like tonight, I got hosed, got right back up on a horse, and I'm riding again. I just learned my lesson. But in the end, as a man, one of the things I want to tell you is don't be afraid to be a man. There's nothing wrong with this. This is who you are. Men have different personalities as well. Men have emotions as well. Doesn't mean we're nothing. And one thing I want to tell men out there, especially ones who are aspiring to be fathers, make sure that you have yourself together first. Where some of us Gen Xers made that mistake, we weren't told everything. And being a parent, there is no recipe. And this is what everybody has to understand. It's just like politics. When we go and vote for president, we actually look at this person as being 100% perfect. They didn't have a past. But in actuality, the president is even a human being. Coming up on the stream, Cyber Toxin. What's going on? You got to unmute yourself.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, welcome back. We got a little clip there, but back up again. So
Right.
I apologize for what happened. You're one of my audience members, but we're talking about dads. Also, we're going to talk about GMO foods too. Are we eating the right foods out here? We're
Yeah,
talk about that. But did you grow up, brother Cyber Toxin, with a dad?
I did.
And how did your dad treat you?
Um, he didn't mistreat me.
Okay.
Of course, when I was a kid, there were a lot of things that he would do that I didn't like. But as a man, I understand it completely, and I actually appreciate him not being harder on me. He
Well,
could have been.
well, you know, it's a tough duty. And what I'm bringing up is we just had Father's Day that passed, And the most discouraging issue that I have is Father's Day has been around for a while now. Prior to Father's Day was only Mother's Day, and I don't get me wrong, being a mother when you're doing a job is a thankless job as well. Now, being a step parent, that's even worse. Okay, and you're going to have individuals out there that are going to do what they want to do. But if you are looking to be a step parent, know what you're getting yourself into because you're already going into a ready-made family. It's already
Yeah.
difficult enough to run your own life. So when you go into another family that's not yours, you also have to look at how are your friends going to look at you? How is your own family going to look at you, especially if you didn't have your own children? Because my brother, he had a stepchild. He didn't have any children of his own. And that woman he married was bat insane. She was insane. Very much
the
insane.
the guano. That's
Yes,
what they call the bad poop is guano.
yes, yes. And also joining us on the panel is Brother Men's Daily. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellow Red Pill bro?
Sorry about that. I got clipped up here, bro. And you know what? Uh, under the banner, I had fair use, brother. I had
Yeah,
fair use. They still clipped it, man.
Yeah, YouTube
yeah.
got some sand in their clam. It happens.
I mean,
If they
we
work
always
it
talk
around
about
long
that.
enough, they think it'll come out looking like a pearl if they work it around long enough. But
Sure.
they're just getting on our nerves.
Yeah, we always talk
They're
about this stuff, man.
crippling our communication. We're not
Well,
able to express ourselves because we can't do it sentimentally. We
right.
have to do it logically so that people can be based in what they're learning instead of passing through it vicariously, looking for instant gratification at the push of a button. You remember the easy button
I
back
do.
in I think it was early 90s, right? They
Yes,
had
it
those
was.
commercials, you just push it. That was easy, and it would just happen. That's
Yeah, yeah,
that's just an example of, or possibly was a test run, to see how quickly people would dive into that instant gratification. We know about the growing problem with it, but I'm wondering how many people are aware of what instant gratification feeds and what it starves. It starves logical processing because there is no process. There's only a result. That's why people think democracy is a thing. It's not. Or it would be capitalized when you use speech to text.
yeah, yeah,
It doesn't come out capitalized because it's not a thing. It's a process. And the people who aren't respecting that are dictators under the guise of democracy. And they're appealing to people's emotions because that's what instant gratification feeds. It promotes the impulsiveness. It creates a sense of comfort and security sourced from the outside that also promotes laziness and ingratitude because those things are now to be expected rather than earned.
yeah, yeah.
A pattern that I'm noticing in men and women alike are who are under the impression, maybe not the belief, but they're under this impression that men follow women. And people in that mindset, they'll call you a simp 1 minute and then call you an incel the next, just for standing in your own right. And men are supposed to make their decisions according to what they know and act accordingly. And we do so. But a female mindset, or more specifically, a feminist mindset, because it's more adamant, so we'll use that example, will be inclined to assume that a man's decisions are emotionally inspired. rather than logically. Even if they don't believe it, they'll voice that it is emotional. And that usually comes because their mind doesn't have or isn't able to process the information that a man's mind does. And I think the facilitation of the physical world in this virtual space has given them a false sense of grandeur.
Yeah.
And where we start seeing problems is when too many people, specifically men, because they should adhere to logic and structure, they start following and appeal to their emotions, which come suddenly, and they leave just as suddenly. They'll pass like a storm, and they live in the wind, but they don't offer anything tangible. And that mindset is being promoted on purpose because it will more readily surrender to authority, with emphasis on author in authority. They don't write their own story, and they assume that no one else is either. They must be following someone. If they're following this person, or if they're following that person. Well, if we're too busy proving that we're not following this person, well, then they turn around and say, you're following that person. And we never take the time through all that cognitive dissonance to stand up, grab them by the throat, sit them down and say, I'm standing on my own 2 feet. Have a seat and watch.
Yeah.
You're going to get out of my face either way. But how are you going to grab somebody up by the throat here? You can't.
That's it. And what say you, brother G? Yeah, and thank you guys for coming back too. I lost half my audience because of that.
One
Yeah,
thing you can watch for. I'm sorry. Go ahead, G.
Oh, go ahead, buddy.
Okay. Well, just a finishing thought.
Sure.
One thing to watch for is how quickly someone will fall into their baser lusts, whether it be sexual or violent or anything else that's fleeting and based on emotion rather than logic. I have plenty of examples, but they all happen close to me, and I'm always close to people who are close to everyone, so I don't want to sow discord. Even giving specific examples could do that. I definitely don't like dropping names.
That's it. That's it. So, brother
You know,
G. Yeah, go ahead.
but it usually comes when emotions take over and they disregard any logical appeal. For example, somebody makes a claim about someone's character, and you ask them, how do they know? And they say, well, just look at them. That's straight out of Idiocracy. It's kangaroo court. It's no good.
And shout out to Free Zone. They got you, but you bounce back like the beast do. That's right. And hey, I want
He said they bounce back like the beast.
want everybody get the likes up for me. Get me to 2,100 subscribers. Cash App is at your discretion. Tonight, I have GMOs listed. We're just going to have an open panel and freestyle. So any topic that you got, we can talk about it. Whether it's red pill, anything. We'll just do it tonight. Now come on back with another stream that doesn't get my wings clipped.
I can't believe he said my wings clip. That's a new one. I'm gonna use that one. Wow.
I'm not even making any money off this. Okay, I'm not even monetizing. Now I won't even.
Wow, man, yeah, dude. I thought when I first went to your channel, because I always assumed that anyone who's over 2,000 or everyone who's over 1,000, they're usually over monetized. But you still got to get those 4,000 watch hours in there too.
I got that.
Then, okay, you got that. then then you got to get the 1,000 subs. You got that too, and they're still not monetizing. Let me tell you what's going on, man. Okay, and I learned this from Sandman too. Shout out to him. Okay,
He
and also, yeah, and Rebel Against Defeat, man. These are like top hardcore MGTOW channels, man.
Okay,
and I had to learn this. Anybody, any man specifically, if you shooting out any type of red pill or MGTOW or truthful content, you are targeted. Okay, there's no kind of targeted. There's no, you are targeted 100%. Okay, 100%. Now, if that you are showing, let's say that you are not being biased or balanced or whatever, they may kick you a break. However, it really depends on too how many views you bring in, how much exposure you're bringing, things like that. Because you gotta look at it like from Kevin Samuels' point of view, man. Kevin Samuels said a lot of raw shit, tons of raw shit.
He did,
but he was crazy about it. He had those views that made up for it, man. And it was like YouTube just kind of gave him a break, man. But now let's take it another step further. What if he wasn't monetized? Let's say he wasn't. He was still making a killing off of Patreon and donations. You got to remember that shit. So that's why I always tell these guys who always complain about YouTube, and they complain a lot about YouTube. I tell them, man, I say you have to go over to other platforms like Rumble. You have to go over to Locals, right? And there's other platforms out there, man, that are freedom of speech friendly and content sharing friendly. And then what you're going to do, listen, you keep your YouTube, but just take all your videos, right? And listen, they'll show you how to do it on those sites, especially Rumble. I got a Rumble account too. Like, I didn't even know.
Rumble?
The moment you upload all your videos on Rumble, Rumble got like a cold ass algorithm, man. They're gonna go through a lot of your videos, see which ones have potential and top performing, and you're gonna get monetized probably in like a day, maybe 2 days tops.
You know how long it takes to get monetized?
I'm sitting on my ass not doing nothing, man. And I started getting views after views and monetization money, man, out of nowhere, But you got to remember too, you got to promote your Rumble, account or Locals account, just like you would with YouTube or Patreon. Because a lot of people, they started leaving Patreon because Patreon originally was freedom of speech. But there are certain things that people wanted to show on there that Patreon started kind of, red flagging them, yellow flagging them and all that shit for, man. So, I mean, that's just what it is. So you just got to kind of adapt to the atmosphere, man, and go on to other platforms. I know another guy, Yeesh Yana, shout out to him, his Brazil channel, man. He was making he wasn't getting as many subs on here, man, right? He just wasn't, right? And I noticed, damn, he's not going live anymore. This man moved over to TikTok, and it was like crazy. Within like 30 days, man, he had over 90,000 followers, man. 90,000 followers, like all the time on TikTok. So TikTok works for him, okay? Just like Locals work for the lead attorney. I was just on lead attorney's live stream on Father's Day. I said a few words and everything like that, on the live, StreamYard panel or whatever. But he's making a killing. He's making a killing, man, off of Locals. You understand? He had all of his audience follow him to Locals, and on Locals, boom, he could say whatever the fuck he wants.
Now, it's funny that you said that because I was getting ready to go with these videos. I was getting ready to show you this guy. He was going to propose to his mama. That's what exactly what he's going to do. And then there were other clips where the son is actually taking. It's a son-husband type of relationship. I was getting ready to go down and show you 4 videos. Now, the funny thing, I put Smothered on here, okay? The sister-daughter relationship, they didn't do anything. They let me play it. In fact, I got now they probably won't even give me a strike for that. I shouldn't get a strike for that.
Well, you don't normally get strikes for a shared video because, man, you're not the only panel I'm on a lot of panels that always share a lot of videos from YouTube. So it might have been a technical error from YouTube. YouTube, that could be one. Or like you said, it could have been a copyright issue. I don't know. I don't get me the line here. You understand? I don't know. But I tell guys, man, as a backup, you better take in consideration, man, to start going to other platforms, man. Because what's gonna happen one day, man, is you're gonna say something very, very honest, the God honest truth, and they're gonna go ahead and get their panties in a bunch, man, and they're gonna do what they always do. They're gonna warn you, and then after that they're gonna strike you, and then they're gonna take your money from you. Now you can still upload, but you don't have the monetization. You see, and that's what Sandman has suffered from, right? Because he started putting up a lot of his content on Twitter, man. Like we all on Twitter and BitChute and all the other platforms or whatever, man. But while you out there on these other platforms, you got to can tell everybody to share, and subscribe to those other platforms while you're doing YouTube, man. That's just what it is, man. For real, because it's getting to the point now, man, that the freedom of speech shit, though, man, they're trying to phase out, man, the First Amendment. That's just my opinion, okay? They're trying to phase that shit out.
It does sound. Shout out to brother Angry Snow, man. Yeah, he's another one. He's gotten his wings clip. Hey, I want everybody in the chat.
He said wings clip.
Yeah, he got his wings clip. Everybody who's watching, let's get the likes up, please. Get the likes up. Get me over that 2,100 mark. Get me over there.
And Cyber Toxin know what I'm talking about with Rumble, because if you do your research with Rumble, Rumble just acquired Locals, man, about 30 days, 60 days. Yeah. Great business deal. And the Locals CEO said, look, I'm still going to be here. Everybody at the job is going to be here. The only thing is, right, we just got another head honcho that brought us, man. So, I mean, that's just what it is, man. So Locals, in my opinion, is going to be the new aggressive Facebook and Patreon. That's just my opinion. It's going to be very aggressive. Rumble, and Cyber probably knows what I'm talking about. Rumble, you're going to get monetized. If you upload all the videos, probably tomorrow morning, maybe the next day, you're going to be monetized. And then they're going to pick out particular ones that are top performing. And as they're getting monetized, they got an algorithm. It's cold-blooded. They got men and people working in the background where the algorithm is continuously sharing all your videos on like Snapchat, man, Facebook, man, and IG. That's just switching through or whatever. This is happening in the background. You won't see this shit while it's on Rumble. That's cold-blooded, huh?
Yeah, well,
I don't have any account there. Only thing I really know about Rumble is what I've heard from people here on YouTube, because I'm pretty much here. I have an account on one other social media platform.
Okay.
And, well, I guess Discord counts too, but I just got a handful of friends. I don't really make a whole lot of content, as far as my channel goes. Yeah. What I've done on my channel is I made 12 different things, one each month, and I made a playlist of different art and philosophy to go along with each of them. And they're not even listed under my videos. They're unlisted and on my playlists. And those are the playlists that are 1 through 12. And the 00 playlist is the 12 uploads that I made, over the course of the year. But what I'm trying to do is get people out of the flow of trend and the conformity and such, not so far as to isolate people, but to help them recognize and individuate themselves from chaos that's around them. So it's kind of like a psychometry thing, a mind map of things that I went through and developed in myself, and have also recognized a lot of it coming up in this society, I didn't really grow up in America. I grew up on the road, and most of the time that I was stationary, not traveling around and actually had a home, like a house on a foundation, was when I lived in Mexico for about 5 years. The rest of the time, that was living in other people's houses or sleeping in whatever we were traveling in.
All
So,
right.
so I often feel like an outsider. And in my teen years,
Look, the
I
problem
felt
is
like I
if I
was
wanted to talk to a psychiatrist, I'd go to one, Cyber.
right. So why are you here?
Because I need to talk to a psychiatrist, Cyber.
Shout out to Angry Snowman.
So why did you interrupt me?
Shout,
Oh,
Because that's what I do.
and
I charge by the minute, right?
Dude, you're going to be getting a whole lot of fuzz.
well, hey.
No thanks.
Hey, shout out to the
Doll
audience.
hairs only.
Shout out to the audience for coming back. Angry Snowman, you and I are from Indiana. I got my
No, I'm not. I'm from Ohio. I just live in Indiana.
I got my wings. Angry Snowman, I got my wings clipped for the first time. You weren't here. The rest of the guys they cut my stream, bro.
They neutered you?
Yeah, man. So you've been down that road. You know how it is, brother.
Yeah, man. I actually you want to hear the wildest shit no one else has ever heard it happening to anybody. I got my first, second, and third strike in the same day, all within like 7 hours of each other.
Day. That's a new
same
record.
Same day.
How did that?
Hey.
How did that happen, bro?
That was all over them jokes.
Oh, yeah. YouTube is.
You don't remember? I know Cyber remembers.
Oh, I remember. I remember those jokes. Shout out to
No, when they took me down, I used to be Trailer Hood Voodoo Ninja. He dead.
I remember the situation. I don't remember the jokes because I made sure to not witness them.
Yeah, it was pretty foul shit, dude. Even I cringe when I listen to it, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that say, man, you know what? As fucked up as the jokes were, I'm glad it happened because there's a lot of shit that's changed since then.
Yeah. So, yeah, another topic I want to get back on. We all eat, okay? As you saw my thumbnail, does anybody know what GMO and organic foods are?
Yeah,
I mean,
genetically modified organisms.
Right.
And organic is fake organic food.
Okay.
What I understand most about that is that it has a patented technology, so they can basically own.
I believe like most of the GMO type shit, like if you buy seeds and stuff, they won't reproduce the next year or they won't create seeds. A lot of the foods that you get now, if you notice, they have little or no seeds in them if they're GMO. That way you can't actually take them and plant.
I know.
Yeah, they own the ability to propagate and recreate them, and public doesn't have access to it.
Shout out to Survival. He's back. Well, I know.
Fuck Survival. Sorry, I shouldn't have dropped the F-bomb, but eat shit, Survival.
Well, I eat watermelon, and if you look at the watermelon, we've all had it before.
Dude, don't make me do that, man. Really, you're going to look at me and say I eat watermelon?
Hey, I'm growing
so
some
messed
right
up.
Now. I'm growing some in my backyard
look at the bright
right now.
side. At least he didn't look you dead in the eye and tell you.
And
that,
I'm getting a tan doing it too.
Now, watermelon. We used to have remember the big oblong watermelon?
Yeah, the big oval ones that were like half the size of a 12-year-old kid.
Well, now if you go now, you look at them, they're more spherical shaped. They got white seeds in them. Those are GMO watermelons. Yeah,
I've never seen the white. Oh yeah, I know what ones you're talking about now. I sure do. They do have white seeds.
Yeah,
if they're seeds at all.
Yeah. So, and my poll question: we all see all these fat-free foods out there. Now, are fat-free foods good for you, or is it just something to scam the public out there to make money.
Dude, if people, dude, if you have to ask people that question, then eat all that shit you can, please. I'm begging you, please eat all those fat-free foods. Eat all that gluten-free shit. Eat all that stuff with Splenda and NutraSweet in it. Eat it all up, please, please. I'm begging you, eat it until you fucking die from it.
I have an opinion.
Yeah.
I have an opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So on the poll, I did not answer anything. I didn't answer anything. I have a reason why.
Okay.
Okay. The reason I did not answer is because, in my opinion, I believe almost anything that is made here in the United States is
going to kill you.
For real. Listen, in my travel group, right, called Western Men, men traveling across the globe, right, and not dating Western women. It's on Facebook. And there's a lot of guys in that group. What I do is we actually post different types of cultures of food. Like, for example, in Thailand or Vietnam, there's a fisherman I subscribe to. The dude is cold. And what he literally does is take the fish, the crab, octopus straight out of the ocean, man, for real, straight out of the ocean, out of the sea, and throw them straight in the pot, man. High skillet, put oil in there, man, and just cook. Just cook. And cook that, and then he chops up his vegetables. The vegetables, he don't get them from a store. Nah, these are like straight from out of the field, man. And put all that shit in there, man. Put a top on there, let this stuff heat up. Boom, man. The crab comes out super red, super fresh. He cracked that crab open, the fish open and everything, and starts eating, man, and everything. No problem. The point is, the reason I watch it is that's as fresh as you can get, man. When it's straight out of the ocean and is not contaminated by any type of fucking chemicals or any bullshit like that or whatever, man. I mean, hope to God they're not contaminating the goddamn water now. But that's probably as fresh as you can get. Anything you put in your body that has not touched a fucking plant or any shit like that, man. When I say plant, I'm talking like a power plant, a factory or some shit like that, processed food. That's as fresh as you can get, man.
Dude, I'm trying to figure out how you're eating a fresh crotch cricket for dinner. You talk about crabs, right? How do you eat crustaceans? I don't like crab. Is nasty. That's some nasty ass food. Crab, lobster, clams, oysters. No.
Yeah, you don't eat. So you don't eat seafood, right?
No, I don't eat shellfish.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I like fish. I'll eat catfish. I'll eat bluegill. I'll even eat. I think I've had swordfish and like it. I've had calamari and like it. I don't, dude. There's something about shellfish.
Squid.
It's not shellfish.
Squid? Yeah, I was just about to ask squid. You eat squid?
Yeah, I've had it, but that's not shellfish. Something about that shellfish crap, man, where it's got its exoskeleton on the outside. Dude, that shit. I don't know. It's got the worst taste. I can't stand crab. Can't stand lobster. It makes me want to puke.
So you probably don't eat shrimp either, do you?
No, none of that shit. No.
Well,
sorry, when it's outsides, when it's insides or outside, and it's outsides or insides, that there's something wrong with that.
Well, shrimp and prawns, they're scavengers anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like, aren't they like the pigeons? The roaches of the fish world.
Yeah, basically, that's basically them all in the nutshell. I mean,
the rats.
Just like that fish that follows the shark around, right? No matter how hungry that shark is, he won't eat that damn fish because that fish is actually cleaning that shark, man. Believe it or not, man, it's like helping that shark, whatever. Yeah.
So basically, that fish is eating all the waste that the shark got.
All the waste around that shark. Yeah, no. Incredible. Yeah, that shark could go days without any food or whatever, but he will not, or she will not eat that goddamn fish, man.
Hey, look, the Coon Padawan is in the chat. What's up, Free Zone?
Free Zone. That's what. Yeah, like I said, we all go shopping, and let's be honest, the best food out there is not what you get from a shopping center or the grocery store.
Hell no, dude. Have you ever tasted the difference? There's the legit difference in taste. I know that some people might have, but of like hamburger, for instance, one of the cheapest meats you'll buy, hamburger from the grocery store or hamburger from a steer farmer that you bought off of yourself and had that shit go to a butcher and had that steer ground up. Have you? I mean, there is a massive, and I mean a massive difference in the meat you're eating, just in the hamburger.
How about eggs?
Eggs are a whole lot different too.
Yes,
eggs are a whole lot thicker. They're a lot more dense. The yolks are richer. Totally different consistency. A lot of people don't realize. You know how like when you fry up hamburger that you get at the grocery store, the shit's all greasy. When you put it in any kind of food, it doesn't feel filling when you eat it. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying, it isn't filling. Whereas a hamburger from a butcher, first off, when you fry that shit up, there's little or no grease in it. When you fry it up, you fry up a pound of hamburger and you have a pound of hamburger. Secondly, that shit, it fills you up, which is different. It's weird.
Shout out to Clue. He likes shrimp and crab. He's referring this comment to you, brother.
Hey, dude, I'd rather be a tard than a moron who eats crotch crickets.
Now, let me ask you something. What do you call crotch crickets again?
Huh?
What do you call crotch cricket? Crabs?
Yeah, man, you're eating crabs, dude.
Man,
those come from a crotch.
Man, we're from Maryland, and ain't nothing like a Maryland crab cake, bro. Throw that Old Bay seasoning on it.
No. Wow. You can have that shit. Eat your oysters and mustard sauce. Eat your fucking nasty ass. Tastes like it just came off the bottom of my shoe muscles. Nope, not this guy.
Now I'm on the other side of the fence. Me, I don't eat pig. I don't eat pork, man. I don't eat white bread. So I tell them
you like you don't like white people.
You don't. Hey, you can have your pepperoni pizza. You can have your ham sandwich. God damn it, man! You can have your pork and beans. I am out. Done. You can have all of it.
Well,
sausage.
You got that barbecue out there in Kansas City, though.
Of course. I'll eat my beef ribs. Of course.
Okay.
I'll have my burnt ends, of course. But I won't eat anything that's related to a pig. No, I'll stay away from it. No, I'll eat my wheat bread, but I won't eat any white bread.
I haven't. Yeah. Well,
I try to stay away from a lot of pork. I don't eat Jello pudding, gelatin, all that stuff got pork and lard and stuff in it, man.
Jello? You said Jello pudding?
Yes, Jello pudding. Like Jello pudding. You have gelatin. I mean, all that stuff. Yeah, have pork in it, man. Bubble gum. I don't know how old you guys are. I don't know if you guys remember.
I remember the big old. I remember the pack of the big 5 squares that you would get a bubble yum.
Yeah. And I meet guys out here who fake it to make it, man. And I'll sit up there, man, and I'll tell them I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork either. And then they're sitting in my face, man, eating a big ass fucking goddamn sausage pizza and shit, man. I'm like, damn, I thought you didn't eat pork, man. Oh, no.
Dude, I'll eat the shit out of some. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I'll eat the shit out of some pork. I'll take some pork and wrap it in some bacon, and then put some sausage around that motherfucker, and then wrap it in some bacon again, and put it on the grill.
That's pork.
I am number one of throwing up when that happens. Okay, I will run away. I've had exes. They got mad at me. They got angry at me. I'll tell them when we first meet, right? I'll say, well, hey, honey, I don't eat pork, man. I don't eat pig or whatever. And they say, oh, okay, great, cool, whatever. And then like maybe a month or two later, they'll try to surprise me. And that's one thing I don't like is I'm not a surprising person. Walk in the door. Walk in the door and this motherfucking bitch got fucking goddamn pork chops caught with chopped up ham inside of the fucking greens and shit. And the first thing she said, hey, dear, how you doing? I cooked you dinner. And I'm like, what'd you bet? Pork chops and this? I said, honey, I don't eat pork. What the fuck? You had me cook out it? I didn't have you cook nothing. You did that shit on your own.
Right. Shout out to brother A True in the building. And welcome back all the chat. Hey, I'm happy to see you all back after we had a little technical difficulty.
He said he calls it his wings clipped, and Angry Snowman said neuter.
Well, I showed up, man, and you know what happens when I show up, man. Just to go ahead and get it out there, the disclaimer is that the views and expressions, opinions expressed by the Angry Snowman are not representative or indicative of 411 Talk Zone radio show or any of his guests or viewers. So please do not call, harass, or bother him because the dumb white cracker might actually say something that pisses you off.
Hey,
Viewer discretion is advised.
Survival has a question for you.
Survival can eat shit.
He says, "Are you religious, brother G, because of the pork?" You know.
No, I get that question all the time, man. Are you a Muslim?
You just don't like eating something that rolls around in its own shit, do you?
No, I'm just a healthy guy. I just have my own health habits of certain things I actually entertain and things I don't.
Well, you know why I brought that up, brother G, because that's part of Red Pill too. The health, believe it or not, that's part of Red Pill. And nobody
absolutely.
I'll be going to the grocery store and I'm looking, and I've never seen it before, but in the last maybe 4 or 5 years, I've been seeing the word organic pop up.
Yes,
and I've never. I mean, okay, now don't get me wrong. I like apple cider vinegar, Bragg's apple cider vinegar. But I'm running around and I'm seeing organic. If you saw my thumbnail, I showed you a GMO, and these are tomatoes. I mean, are they manufacturing tomatoes now? Or?
Yes, what they're doing is they're messing with the actual DNA compound or structure inside of it, Leon, and they're making it to where they're making it to where they're trying to make it to where it produces a specific type of yield, but also control whether or not it also produces any way for you to be able to grow it without the company that makes the seed.
I see. What about
you would also need permission and maybe a license if they own the patent that you would be using. You know, if there's intellectual properties involved.
Like all you people that got the jabby jab. All the people that got the jabby
jab. The shit out of everything that occurs naturally. They're trying to meddle with it so they can put some kind of a stamp on it.
All you jabbers are owned by fucking Pfizer, just so you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, don't you guys remember back in the mid 2000s, man, around like 2010, 2005, 7 or whatever, they were pushing out a lot of carbs. Like, for example, I'm a beer
diet and shit.
Yeah, you remember that shit? Yeah, because I'm a beer drinker. And they were pushing out carb fucking Budweiser. I said, what the fuck? And I was like, carb this and carb. They were like pushing carb this and anti-carbs and shit, man. Like, yeah, they're pushing that shit out heavy.
Shout out to Brother Clue. He says organic equals price markup and Whole Food. You know, we got a couple of Whole Foods markets right around here. It says it's an asshole magnet. Now, you know, we think Whole Foods has all real food. I mean, I know we went and bought some collard greens there at Whole Foods.
Okay.
And they were fresh collard greens. Now they weren't canned collard greens. Now we like fresh vegetables. And now I'm hearing you guys talking. We better start checking, see if it's not GMO or not. Shout out to Brother Truism. Me and my wife are trying to farm our veggies up here. You know, he's not the first one that said that.
There he is. I was just about to mention that, man. You'll see a lot of level 4 MGTOW guys. I've met these guys, and these guys are actually, man, create their own beans, man, their own own electricity, man. These guys are like getting it done, man, for real. I mean, you know, you got the percentage of them, you know, that call certain guys like that crazy and loony or whatever, man. But hey, they'd rather, man, live off their own life, man, rather than just, you know, live off of society, you know, fucking factories, man, and chemicals and scientists and shit like that, man. You know,
there's this guy out. You might want to subscribe to him. His name is Pastor Dowell. They actually grow their own food. I mean, chickens, and he actually does his own chicken. he's got his own ministry, and he has a ministry here in Indiana. It's in Logansport. He has one in Tennessee, and what he's trying to do is trying to get people out of the major cities and living off the land. And there's some people that like that. And you get fresher food living off the land. Shout out to Clue. He said Whole Foods is packed with the type of chicks that date is based on zodiac signs.
Hey, and truism ain't lying about that right there, Leon.
Here's a quick hack and it's free. 2 words: dandelion greens.
You know how many health benefits come from dandelions, and people were convinced by, True Green and all these other places to let them come and spray chemicals on their medicine they had growing for free in their front yard.
Now, when we talk about those dandelions, are we talking about the ones that you just blow and all the white seeds?
Yeah, the ones that say where you as a kid said, "Mama had a baby and its head popped off." Dink. Remember that?
Now, what about the ones that are they dandelions too? They're yellow. They look like weeds, but they're yellow.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, the same thing. They start
out yellow and they turn white. White are the seeds.
Okay.
When they turn white, that's the seeds. The petals turn white and there's seeds underneath the petals, and the wind blows and they reseed all over the place.
I've never had, but when I was in Pennsylvania, some people, like some Amish people, they were eating dandelions.
I have a buddy. He made dandelion wine all the time.
Wow.
But yeah, dandelions, dude, they actually are high in antioxidants, and they have other. I don't know all of the stuff that's in it. I just know that you receive a lot of great health benefits from eating, drinking, that stuff. And that's the thing, is a lot of the things that we have been convinced are weeds and undesirable and visually unpleasing were actually medicines that the earth gave us for free that we killed off.
All right, what do you guys think about? And there's been a scare or recall. What do you think about lettuce? Okay, now does lettuce look like it's a GMO?
Dude, I don't know. I've tried growing lettuce in a garden. The shit that I grow in my garden, for one, never ends up looking like what's in the store. And 2, survival can kiss my ass. And 3,
Dandelion hemorrhoid cravings.
Damn, we talking shit in the chat.
For real, dude, he's always talking shit. Fucking white man with his fucking white privilege, acting like can just say whatever the hell he wants and shit, man. What the fuck's wrong with you, survival? Have some respect.
Cybertoxin, peas, green beans, peanuts, pod type will help add nitrogen. And Brother Free Zone, I'm gonna get some dandelion greens. And truism, we don't put chemicals on our yard at all. That's good.
Wow.
Brother Clue says,
over there laughing his ass off, man.
Brother Clue says, I don't eat lettuce if spinach leaves are around. Well, I mean, I like spinach. I mean,
Yeah, I stopped putting at Subway, even though Subway's garbage too. I stopped putting lettuce on my sandwich and put spinach on it there probably 10, 15 years ago.
Now, it's funny that you say that because we had ordered a salad and it was real good. It was like a market salad. It had apple cider vinaigrette in there from Chick-fil-A. They didn't have any lettuce on it. It was just greens on it, like raw spinach. It was actually good. I mean, they put some little walnuts in it, some chicken, and some fruit, and I actually made it myself, and it was good too.
Hey, you know what I got growing in my backyard? I found 6 mulberry trees. You know what mulberries are, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff, man. You get a tarp and skirt around that tree and then just start shaking it.
Right. Well,
that's how you get all the ripe ones.
Well, I noticed it last week when I was mowing, me and the kids, and my head went through it, and a bunch of them landed right in my lap on the very bottom of the tree. And I looked up, and they were starting to turn. Here, probably next week, I should be able to go out there and grab a branch and start shaking a shit ton of them out.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about mulberries is they don't just grow once during the summer, ripen in fall. They do it multiple times. And
Also, season round.
I also found 2 walnut trees in the backyard.
Wow. Find any apple trees out there too? I haven't seen.
No, I haven't found an apple tree. When we first moved to Anderson, there was an apple tree there though, and the apples that came off of it were always like
green.
They were real pitted. You know, they had them black fucking pits in them.
Oh.
And real small but I'm going to get an apple tree. I want to get a pear tree too, and I'm thinking about trying to put a grapevine out.
Oh, brother Truism, I got black raspberries and blueberries and grapes. Thinking of becoming an artesian vintner alchia. Wow. Survival shout out Mulberry Bush. That's where the monkey chases the weasel. So the fable is told. And brother Truism,
Motherfucker, I'll get on my phone and show you. I'll take you right out my backyard. Dick.
Brother Truism, I got at least 3 apple trees. Now, I like apple. Now, you know how many types of apples. Now, Tommy Jean ordered some I never had. It was some crab apple jelly. That was pretty darn good.
Crab apples, dude, you got to be careful eating those because if you eat them at the wrong time of the year, you'll give yourself the runs. You know, when they're really, really, really tiny, man. They're about the size of, I would say, like a chickpea, to be honest with you. Or like hominy corn. You know how big hominy corn is? Have you ever ate that?
Yeah, hominy corn. I haven't seen too much of it around here. Can you make grits from that stuff?
But
hominy grits. Well, grits are made from corn.
See, when I was a kid, I was lucky. I grew up right by the dirty ass, stinky Miami Erie Canal, and there were if you went down the canal trail, right behind my house, there were mulberry bushes or trees or whatever the fuck survival wants to call them. And then across the street from me, there was a green apple tree. Down the road from them, there was a family that had 2 plum trees in their backyard. If I went the other way, there was a big-ass rhubarb patch that grew behind this other person's house. And then this other dude right at the back of his yard where the trail met, he had a fucking grapevine, man. So all summer long, man, as the summer went through, I could sit there and eat just fresh fruit all over town.
Well, let me go to my poll question. Is back up again. Are fat-free foods healthy? I got 19 votes so far. 21% said yes. 79% said no. Let's get the likes up. Let's get me to 2,100.
I found my seeds, though. I finally found my seeds. I unpacked them. So I'm going to try and plant some stuff and see if it'll grow. I'm hoping I'm not too late.
Well, I really think that's what shout out to you. Thanks for coming in the chat, Survival. Cybertoxin, anyone who has plenty of fruits and nuts needs only some dried meat. Mix it with animal fat to make
Pemmican.
Pemmican.
Pemmican. Sorry, yeah.
What is that? What's it? Is it a survival food with a 20?
Pemmican or penicillin?
No, pemmican. I said it wrong.
Pemmican, rather. I said it wrong too. Pemmican. I never heard of that.
It's like
I'll find a link for it. Drop it in the chat.
Isn't it kind of like an old style granola bar?
Yep.
Huh.
Sure is.
And sun-dried fruits have a greater level of antioxidants than hydrated or freeze-dried. And this is, like I was talking to Brother G, this is what Red Pill is about too, health. And a lot of us really don't even know what we're eating when we go out. That's why I said GMOs, because when I step into Walmart, I mean, they have this whole section, or Kroger or Myers or wherever you guys have grocery stores, go check it out. You're seeing a lot of organic foods pop up. And then you're seeing, look in the watermelon section. Now Myers here still sells the oblong watermelons, but for the most part, if you go to Walmart or any of those other stores, they look like spheres. Those are GMO watermelons.
Dude, the best place to go is in freaking side of the road farmers markets if you want to buy fruits and vegetables.
Well, Well, also they're starting to grow corn. You know, corn's some of that is GMO too.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what. When you walk into Walmart, they should have a disclaimer and a warning sign in there that says, chances are you're going to buy something in here that's going to kill you someday.
So you're trying to say they should have a warning signal just like cigarettes?
Yes. Surgeon's General warning. This product with excessive use will cause you to die.
But I think it with some of the yuppie millennials, they got on this health kick like McDonald's used to sell all the supersize. They got rid of that, and everybody changed their grease.
Pussies.
You're right. Now, but if you go to some of these, anybody ever watch Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives? Look what kind of food they're eating on the Food Network.
My grandpa died he was, I think, 91 years old when he died. He did 2 tours in Korea, 2 tours in Vietnam, and from the time I could remember, and I think it was like maybe 8 years ago he died. I'm 43, so for the 35 years of my life that he was around, that man got up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning and started drinking Jim Beam and coffee, and at noon he started drinking Jim Beam and Coke until about 1 o'clock in the morning, and he ate a steak for dinner every night and lived to be 91 years old. People are pussies today. Stop listening to the health community. I mean, seriously, the health care and all that stuff, they ain't trying to make you live long. They're trying to get you on their pharmaceuticals. That's all they're trying to do.
Well, that's another thing. If you guys ever go to doctor, you ever believe the numbers that they like? I went to the VA and I had to tell them to check the blood pressure again. They said mine was high, and then I said, "Well, don't use that electronic because you don't even know if half this stuff is calibrated or not."
Was it recent? Was it recent that it was high?
Well, they said it was high, and then she went and rechecked.
No, was it a recent visit?
It was maybe a couple months ago.
And when she said that, I would have looked at her and said, "Well, look at the economy. Look at what the government's done. Look at the shutdowns. My bills are too high. Inflation's through the roof, and I got a moron running the country. Of course, my blood pressure's high."
Well, she went, and this is what I want. You talking about red pill, Brother Daly?
Yeah.
Go to the doctor and make sure when they take your blood pressure. See, they're using electronics. Make sure that stuff is calibrated. I had her use the good old-fashioned stethoscope, and my blood pressure read 123/78. I said, "Well, I exercise every day." That's one thing we should be doing too. We're not told about exercising.
Right. Now you're saying that you would rather have for your primary care physician to do any checkups on you more manually than trusting in technology, correct?
Yeah, because how do you know that stuff? You gotta electronics, even the scales out there, man. They're not. I don't even know if they're calibrated or not. I mean, a lot of people, they're putting out real misinformation. Shout out to Brother Clue again. He says, "Hey, truism, those apples are metamorphic." That's actually sex. But no, but part of being red pill is you gotta. We talk about it as being part of women all the time, but you gotta know the law. You gotta understand your health. You gotta understand your pop. There's a lot of things that we gotta navigate through, and that's why some people don't really understand what red pill is. Now you even got people over there who are black pill. If anybody knows what that is, that's really when you get on the dark side. If you go black pill,
Sure. And like I always say about these black pillars, man, we have some very similar beliefs, right? But we have there's a thin line between our disagreement and our agreements, man, upon life, man. It's almost like the black pill believe, man, that as long as you got looks and status, man, that's what's going to pull women. And I believe that's bullshit. Because anytime you got guys like Elon Musk, goddamn it, and shit, and Bill Gates suffering from fucking goddamn divorce, right? And these guys are billionaires, right? And some of these guys are looking attractive and shit like that or whatever, right? Money, looks, and status, man, won't keep you a goddamn woman, man. It won't, man. I argue the fact change the environment and always adapt to know that female nature is female nature. It's all across the planet. It's all across the planet. However, it really depends on your environment, your location, and also too, what type of values has this woman actually adapted? Does she adapt the Western feminized culture of bullshit though, of shaming tactics and dogging men out, or is she traditional, feminine, compliant, and cooperative, right? Like other women's that are a part of the world that are not located in westernized countries, you know, like North America, Canada, United Kingdom, or Western Europe.
Now I'm
And
gonna
you know, yeah, but that's the black pills philosophy, man. It's a totally different philosophy.
I think
Right.
America's got a freaking narcotics problem because there's too many damn pills to keep track of that people are anymore.
Well, yeah. Now we got the name of these pills. You probably already know it, there, Hangry Snowman. We got them off the Matrix, Red. Because
I know. I'm just saying these pills, man. There's a colored pill for everything.
Well, you know that's another thing we should talk about too. What about all these medicines? There are a number of people out there who are, I think they're over medicated out here. I, I mean the jab. We'll just keep it at that. The jab.
The Jabberwocky.
Yeah. And have you guys seen it lately? There are a number of people, and it's been, I'm telling you, I mean, I had to work out there today. It's almost been 100 degrees here, and people are wearing masks. Has
Well,
anybody
you know,
seen that?
Wow.
I do recall there was a time when we tried to make sure people didn't put, plastic grocery sacks over their heads so they wouldn't suffocate. But here we are.
I mean, I saw a number of people. I went in to get some clear eyes, and I saw some people walking there. I said, it's 90-something degrees. He's wearing a mask. A mask. And we already know that. We already know what happened with masks, and there were people making their own masks. And I really thought that, some people, you got some people that you can easily scare who are very, very, what word can I, gullible. They're gullible. A number of people are gullible out here. And
Cyber, if you're going to speak, man, you got to jump in here because you know that me and 411, we'll just keep going.
I'll say this.
Brother Men's Daily, we'll keep going. Hey,
Now go ahead. I'm listening. I'm good.
Men's Daily is up here. Because we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. That's why I said, well, we just have open panel. Can't show my I love my mama's boy video with the.
Yeah, you're talking about people falling in line.
I have a topic I would like to discuss.
Sure.
I want to talk about back to what you were saying earlier, child support, guys getting hit with child support, and let's talk about the amount of divorces and the divorce rate.
This was
Tired of talking
Anchorman's
about it.
subject
I'm
last
tired
week.
of talking about it.
Yeah,
Tired of
yeah.
it.
Well, it's an ugly topic, man. But you got to look at the situation for what the hell it is, man. I mean, shit. I was just talking on Father's Day when I was on Lead Attorney's channel about these guys. Now I've seen them, man, actually making like $2,000 a week, and they look at their checks, and these guys taking home like $100-200, man, after taxes and shit, man, and garnishments and shit. It's a goddamn shame, and these guys are working like 40-60 hours a week.
They need to stop even engaging at all with them.
That it's a goddamn shame.
They need to just stop their engagement with them altogether. Plain and simple. My advice to anybody, my advice to anybody who's just that is separating from a woman and think that they might be getting a message from the child support office, unless a fucking sheriff hand delivers a subpoena for you to show up to court, don't respond to anything.
Somebody else said that too, Angry Snowman. Me and Matt Coley listened to him. I can't. Omen Osiris, he actually said the same thing. In fact, he said, if they send you something to your house, you send it back. That's what he said.
There is until you are lawfully served papers to appear at court from your duly elected sheriff like it's supposed to be done, there is nothing lawful or judicial about it. All it is a fucking request for you to please show up to this meeting of your own accord. We're hoping you're stupid enough to not know that you don't have to be here unless we have a court send you papers.
I don't know. I believe personally it depends on the state's rules, because I always argue that every state has different rules and different expectations. It's not a one size fits all, man. And in our state, we don't use sheriffs, so we use actual process servers, to actually serve them. I don't know if you guys
but you still have to be served, right?
Yeah, you have to be served, yeah. But the thing is, or whatever, right, there's been many cases that guys have not been served and the other party still won and still hit that ass with child support. We see it tons and tons and times again, man, for real. If the other party does not show up in court, right, they'll give them another chance. And if they still don't show up, right, more than most likely the judge will rule in that other party's favor because the other party's not there.
And lawfully, you can take that judge to court himself for making an unlawful judgment if you weren't subpoenaed, because he's still responsible for doing his part of the job and following his part of the law as well. And part of the law is if you're being subpoenaed to court, you have to be just that, subpoenaed.
We got thousands of fathers, man, in this damn state, man, and also on the Kansas side too, man, have gone through this time and time and time and time again, man. I mean, everything you said sounds perfectly fine, man. I'm with you 100% though, man. But what about these guys who've actually have tried, who've spent money to try to sue judges, lawyers, all this goddamn shit, and they still get screwed? Because I tell these guys time and again, man, the law are always going to work in these women's favor. Always, okay?
If you just stop engaging, that's what I did, dude.
Yes,
I stopped engaging.
Absolutely. A lot of these guys, right, they haven't discovered how us MGTOWs actually handle it, man, with actually stopping engaging with women. Do not sit up here,
That's not
right?
what I'm talking about. I stopped engaging with the child support office. Dude, I have 2 kids, a son and a daughter, that I haven't seen.
You're saying with the stop engaging with the office, period, right?
Yes. I have 2 kids that I haven't seen for 3 years. Have not seen, have not talked to, have not nothing. They tried putting my license on hold because I told them that I'm not giving that fucking bitch a dime until you motherfuckers make her follow her part of the court order of me being able to see my kids as well. I'm not paying for kids that I don't see. I threaten to sue everybody in that child support office. I don't pay a dime. I got my license back, and I'm not going to. I don't get no court papers in the mail. I get 1 bill every month to pay a child support for one of the kids, and I'm supposed to pay for 2.
Yeah.
And I just throw it right in the trash, dude. I don't engage with them at all. Fuck them. If they ain't going to look, I'm telling you, what they're doing is unlawful. I can tell you all kinds of shit, dude.
I'm with you. Like I said, I'm with you 100%.
It's all a matter of
not
if
to
you have the
mention it
balls.
being immoral. It's also immoral. I don't think that a man should have to have one hand working towards his investment and the other one tied behind his back, never able to do anything with it.
I agree.
And I'm not trying to reduce people to an investment.
You don't believe?
I don't want to reduce anybody to an investment.
I don't believe that any man should have to come out of his pocket and hand a woman some money, right, just to see their own goddamn kid. I 100% believe, right, that when that woman, right, and that man has came to a parental agreement of custody and time, right, when that child is in that man's time, he's obligated to take care of that child. And when that child switches and he or she is in that woman's time, she has to come out of her pocket and pay. I don't believe that a man should keep handing money over to this woman so she can pay, because there's no way you can track down where the hell that goddamn money is actually going. Is that money truly going to the child? Is it? No, you don't know. You really do not know. Because I've seen I've seen women. I was a barber for quite some time. I've seen women, man, come into the shop, man, and said, dude, I'm waiting on my child support, man, so I can get my hair done. I said, what the fuck? And then so like the child support would hit direct deposit, right-handed guy, hit direct deposit, man. And she went straight to the store and said, hey, you guys, you want some beer? And I was like, damn, where'd that money come from that quick? Oh, this is my child support money. Had hell of beer. I didn't even drink that. I didn't even drink, man, that day, man. I was pretty pissed off, man. I said, You mean to tell me you took this man's child support money and not only spent it on beer, but also too, man, I got to go ahead because, you know, I cut hair. I had to line her up and all this other shit.
Wow.
And she looked at me, man, like she's seen a deer out of fucking headlights. Yeah.
I wouldn't have even lined her up. I'd have told her to
Oh,
fucking kick
God,
her off.
yeah, it was like, yeah, she voluntarily just left. She left. You know, it was pretty fucked up, man, or whatever. Because the first thing I thought of is, damn, if this particular man is going through it, and that slimy bitch, right, got multiple kids' dads, how many other of her kids' dads are going to do? She's doing this goddamn shit too. You see where I'm at?
All of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shout out to brother Trey. Women shouldn't get custody ever.
Ever.
Facts.
He said,
Because
Even
think
if
about
the
this.
dad's dead, she shouldn't get custody.
wow.
Thank
Think
you.
about this. Who really gains control of the children when a father's authority is kept out of the picture?
The state.
It's not the
the
it's not the
government.
mother.
The government.
It's not the mother. She's ready to surrender authority.
She's ready to surrender authority to everybody but you.
But
Right.
you. Thank you.
Because
Now,
of propaganda.
She'll
and
surrender it
bullshit.
to. She'll surrender to a pimp up the goddamn street that she doesn't know. Long as it's not you, that's all that matters.
Mhm.
You're not a factor. Okay, that's how it is. That's how it works here, right in North America. You are not a factor. Okay,
Well,
trust me.
so-
I've been through. I got my little girl, 13 years old, in the other room, man. Yeah, I went and got custody of her when she was 1, man. It was not a pretty picture, man.
And let me ask you something. How did you do that?
He spent
Okay,
a lot of
guys.
fucking money.
I mean,
Well, not exactly as high as you think, man. Not as what you think, man. I thought. Listen, going in, I was greener than the grass outside.
I
Okay,
bet.
I was greener than the grass outside. But it took a couple things. One, it took a lot of research. Number one. Number two, it took a lot of dedication, right, and persistence. And number three, I always tell these guys, because I taught single fathers classes, right, on how to get custody on this for a long time, you guys. All right, and that is he or she who files first, and that's prepared first. In general, always win. And a lot of these guys here in the state of Missouri, right, they're never prepared. They're caught off guard getting served with papers. They're caught off guard. They're saying, okay, fuck it. I'm not paying no child support. I'm not going to court. But then they get called to the Human Resources Office. And when the Human Resources Office gives them that letter from the state saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and take, right, X amount of dollars out of that goddamn check, right? You know, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every month, whatever it may be. And these guys are fucked up. They're thinking, well, I'm still not paying it. And then when they get garnished, man, like all this money, it is insane for 411. But to answer your question, the way I done it was, I actually researched and I served her first. I actually filed the motion in court. She was keeping my daughter away for 10 months, right? And I got 2 college degrees now. And I said, man, you got 2 fucking goddamn engineering degrees, man. You better use what little bit of intelligence you can, man, to get over this goddamn bitch. You can't let this bitch slide through. And one thing my teacher taught me, man, besides electrical and all the plumbing and all this shit, the one thing he taught me, man, was research. And you cannot know everything, but you better know where to get the resources from that knows more things better than you. And I use that to my advantage, man. And I hired a third party to prepare the paper for me. And then I turned around and I hired a woman attorney. I hired 2 female attorneys, and I have 5 attorneys in the state of Missouri and 2 of them in Kansas, right, that gave me advice on how to structure the situation and how to serve her ass and catch her off guard. I served her, and long story short, not only I took her once, but I took her twice. Each time, no child support, no supervised visits, equal rights to my daughter. Plus, on top of that, I got extra parenting time. Do we got joint custody? Yes. Was it ugly getting it? Yes. Was it easy to get? Fuck no. But I will tell you, I served her each time, man, and I won that shit, man, for real.
Oh,
So I tell these guys time and time again, even in my classes too, man, I tell them, eat the cost up, right? It's going to cost you, right, roughly, I tell them, ring around at least $3,000, all right? Cost me roughly $2,000 a pop. I tell them if you vest that $2,000, $3,000, it's going to pay for it in time. Would you want to pay $380,000 over a course of 18 years, right, to a woman who's holding your child away? Or would you rather eat up the cost of $2,000 to $3,000 up front, pay the goddamn attorney, let her or him do their goddamn job, right? And you'll save a cost in the long-term investment. The number speaks for its goddamn self. And some guys taking a run with it. Some guys, make up excuses and continue to get hand money over to the United States government. It's sad, but it's real.
Shout out to brother Cortez Smith. If the dad dies, send the kid to the uncle. Wow. So you want to keep it with the man. Hey, he's got some truth there. Let me go to the poll. 20 votes now. Are fat-free foods healthy? 80% say no. 20% said yes. Let's get the likes up. We're back. Like I said, I got clipped earlier. Didn't stop me from coming back. Let's get the likes up. Get me over 2,100. Cash App at your discretion. I'm not a money hound, but
I am. Pay a brother.
And we can still donate to your own PayPal too, right? I'm a big PayPal guy, so I can donate to your own PayPal 411, right?
Yeah, you can donate to mine too.
I can you got a channel we can donate to too?
Oh, he's got a channel. Yeah, shout out to the Angry Snowman channel, and shout out to brother Trey. He's in the cut. Fat-free foods are full of sugary.
Yeah, put your channel inside of there, Angry Man, and I'll peep you out, man. If I like, I'll shoot donations.
Yeah,
man.
for everybody who has a channel in the chat. I know Trey has a channel. Truism has a channel. Spam your channels in the chat so we can get over to your channels, because everybody here, particularly in the Gulag, has got some good information.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my Rumble link in there too, man, because my Rumble link's starting to pick up a little bit, man. I'm gonna have my guy. I got a guy I hired, and he's gonna promote this goddamn thing. I'm seeing guys on here who actually got silenced. This guy say YouTube is trying to silence me. He has a bird channel, man, and he just made one bullshit video and got money. He got paid on that thing,
In the chat.
Insane.
Because just about everybody up here. I just spam brother Angry Snowman's channel. Let me Cyber Toxin comes up here. Let me wrench him up. Cyber Toxin has a wrench. Let me get on to my boy Truism. Wrench him up. He now has a wrench. So everybody with a wrench in there.
You might as well wrench up Cortez Smith too, man.
Oh yeah, Cortez. He's already.
He don't like coming on our panels, man. And on the other channel too, man. There's another channel we on, man. Carlos the Red Pill Traveler. He don't like coming on the panel either, man. He loves staying in that chat, man. So you might as well wrench him up. Shit.
Hey, I clipped to all you guys out in the chat that were over on SKC's stream. I clipped that cat fight too, and I'm probably going to watch it again later tonight and talk shit about how stupid all those bitches were.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if my man ain't.
It was hilarious. Hilarious. It's the greatest shit ever.
Well, like I said, I want to make sure everybody who has a channel gets supported here. I mean, I'll shout people out. Some people don't, but it's the timing. I was on the panel last night. Cortez Smith said he was on the panel last night. That's right.
What? He was? What?
No, I like Kat. She ain't the one. She was actually being decent. I thought it was hilarious how she was going in on Sunkissed.
Oh, well, okay. I don't know whose panel was that.
SKC.
Oh, but yeah,
dude. Sunkissed. I swear to God, Sunkissed resorted to sounding like my 2-year-old daughter when I tell her no.
Is Sunkissed see a black chick?
What do you? Yes.
I never even heard of her. So you gotta.
I'm just saying the name should tell you.
Yeah, well, hey, I never. I don't watch.
You know how these queens are.
Call them queens.
Check out the description for links.
It was facetiously.
Yeah, that was facetious. Yeah, but I just like to spam everybody out there because we all got some small channels here, and
I got the smallest.
what
Oh no, I think I got the smallest one. I got the baby.
Angry Snowman had a decent sized channel, and he got clipped. I mean, a lot. So
I got sniped so fast.
Oh, they sniped you, man. They said, pew.
Yeah, dude, I got 1, 2, and third strike all in one day.
I've never.
Would they let you appeal it or anything? Or you
Hell
don't know?
no, dude, I'm not even allowed to use the email associated with that account on YouTube anymore. That email is banned on YouTube.
What the Google is it a Google email?
Yes.
So oh wow.
Like my Angry Snowman channel has a totally different email associated with it.
Wow.
That's amazing.
All right. It all started when Catalina asked why she hates trade NBD.
No, it all started when pretty much. She asked about Trey, and it all went downhill from there.
Oh, Cortez Smith said Cat destroyed her.
She did too.
Trey destroyed her. And Cortez, Mr. G, yeah, I was on DJ Cuda. I heard he's out of the country, DJ Cuda.
DJ Cook, I've never heard of that person. But okay.
I heard Reg brings him up a lot. He's a real DJ. I know that. He has a channel. I heard he wasn't even in the country. So because you have a number of people that are flying the coop, they're getting their passports and they're moving out of the country because they don't want to deal with this system here.
Yeah, you got Sunshine Shoulders. Shout out to him. Finally made it to Pattaya, Thailand from the Philippines. Oh my God, he's an older guy. He's like in his early 60s, man. Married, man. And he said, man, look, man, I done seen all them women. There's nothing but thousands and thousands down there, man. I just got his notification. He's doing another video. And he said, any of you guys, if you married or in a relationship, you come out there to Pattaya, Thailand, let me tell you, he said it's like relationship suicide, okay?
Shout out to brother Trey. Cuda finally gave up on the queen. He spelled it with a K. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, there are some people, and he had lead attorney, and the guy you guys have to watch. You talking about? I mean, he's little reserved. You need to get over there to Dr. Tia San Johnson's channel. You talking about Red Pill? He talks about nothing but the black male all day. And Hammerhand is another. Anybody ever heard of Hammerhand? And what's his name? There's another guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I like Hammerhead. The other guy, I'm kind of like on the fence about.
Undead Chronic.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, I'm on the fence about that. Because he has both good content and then questionable content. But my boy Hammerhead, I turn him out on Sundays and shit, and he ripped that shit. He's like my pastor, man. I'm like shit. Like I turn him up on Sundays and shit, and he just go in easily for about 3-4 hours and just go in shit.
There used to be another guy. I remember. He had moved from Georgia to Idaho, and then Mr. Elite was his name. You ever heard of him?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he's another MGTOW guy. Good evening, Celine. Welcome back. There's some other guys out there too.
Shout out to Rebel Against Defeat. Rebel Against Defeat, man. He has an excellent channel, hands down, man. He always gets on lives. And then also has little mini videos are like 3 minute long, man. But he spits like some cold shit in there, man. For real. But he makes like videos like twice a week, man.
Coach Red Pill is still out there for you all. Who else is out there? RPM, he's another guy out there.
Coach Red Pill, he's not shooting out, man, that content anymore, man, like that. He's shooting out more, to me, borderline conspiracy theory bullshit about fucking Ukraine and Russia, man. And I like kind of shied away from him, man. But he's not staying the course, man. Like shit, like he used to.
What's his other the free agent lifestyle? Coach Greg Adams. He's. I remember when he had 3,000 subscribers, and this was back in 2018. So there's guys out there. I think there was a MGTOW named Chainsaw something. Yes, I know Sandman is still up. Sandman has been around for a long time. Now, do you know who actually started some of this stuff? I believe he was a brother. His name was Barbarossa. We're going all the way back to the early 2010s. Barbarossa, Thug Titian. I mean, Sandman was back there as well. So you talking about some hardcore MGTOW guys. Now there's another guy. I don't know if you know him. His name he kind of went down. He got a little liberal. His name is the Amazing Lucas. I used to listen to him. So in the end, we still got to continue to beat down these issues, no matter what, and even we have to do it on different platforms because the freedom of speech is eroded, and some people want it to erode away. The ones who have low IQs, we cannot get rid of freedom of speech. We need to tell the truth. Celine says, I thought the stuff Undead Chronic did about Jack Murphy. I don't even know who Jack Murphy is. Anybody know who he is?
Hi, Celine. I ain't seen Celine in a while.
Who's Jack Murphy?
Undead Chronic could put it the best way for you.
All right. Ben's Daily's got it. Subscribe to his Rumble channel. We can all create a free account. And maybe we do need to start going to different types. I mean, he is actually right about that. I got to sit down and I work with Men's Daily because and Brother Angry Snowman. Maybe we do need to go. It's just knowing how to navigate and share these videos out there. There used to be another one out there. I forgot the name of it, but you don't get as much bandwidth. I can't remember what the other video platform was, but it's still out there. Alternatives to YouTube. I can't remember. I was going to do some videos on that, but I just can't find somebody know what the alternative is. Vimeo, that's what it is. They got one Vimeo. They got New Pipe out. They got BitChute. So, can you still run videos on Twitter? Anybody know?
Yeah, you can still run videos on Twitter. However, though, but a lot of people are still trying to wait for this thing with Elon Musk and them to kind of quiet down a little bit, because they're still kind of like negotiating the deal right now, because Elon Musk was talking about this. Well, shit, since they won't let me know the amount of bots that are on there, right, and fake accounts on there or whatever, man, he's questioning should he pull out the deal or not or whatever. And some of the lawyers are arguing, well, hey, man, you actually waived due diligence. Since you waived the due diligence or whatever, man, and you basically argue that you accept this company for what it was, So I don't know. They still kind of going back and forth with it, and they're like, if he actually for though not going through with it, then he has to fork over $1 billion. But come on, man. You sitting on fucking hundreds of billions of dollars, man. You crying over $1 billion, man? Shit. You ain't about to lose $1 billion.
I'm going to have to head out and get my stuff charged.
All right.
Bring it back to life.
Hey, thank you for stopping by. Always welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Got you wrenched up, and next week we'll have some more hard-hitting topics, brother. So shout out to Brother Cyber Toxin there.
Yeah, thank you for the wrench as well. Appreciate that.
Not a problem. You get, by the way, guys who come up here, you get free wrenches here. I know some people, they make you pay for it. You know where I'm going with this.
Wow. I did not know that. People make you pay for the wrenches? Damn.
Not here, you don't.
Yeah. I'm going to drop a recipe for pemmican in the chat.
I've never ran into a channel that did that shit. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, you got some people who do. Um,
And see y'all later.
so you'll know about my channel anyway. I'm here to give information. It's yeah, I could go and monitor, but don't go back and
Mhm.
look at what I put up there. And that's I don't want to go through a month of waiting to get monetized. And then guess what? You got to be careful what you say too. And
Yeah.
I like what I do, and I don't want my content getting watered down. It just I see a number of people, and it's great if they want to make a career out of YouTube. I'm happy for them, but I just want to make good content, and I just can't afford to water mine down because somebody doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Selena is asking, does anyone know who Jennifer Maliski is? No, I never even heard of her. And what are your thoughts on 21 Studios? What is that?
Yeah, Celine, what is 21 Studios? Can you go into more detail about that, please?
21 Studios. I never heard of that. But yeah, like I said on this information, and I'm happy I can kick it right back up because you gonna stop Leon Jones from putting that information out on Wednesday, and I might even throw another one up just yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you
Well,
go.
the information is the information has got to continue to be put out there because let me tell you, this is why I don't watch mainstream media because they would not allow us to have this free speech. It's a guy who ran the Make Woman Again Great Again conference.
Make women great again or make America great again? I don't know. Shit. It sounds kind of
Sounds kind of like MAGA, doesn't it? Make America Great Again.
yeah, it sounds kind of politically motivated and shit, man.
Yeah, it does.
Can you, Celine, can you go in a little bit more detail about that, please?
Yeah, because I am not familiar. I mean, that's one that's got me gritting my teeth. I don't know. I don't know. But no. But I'm gonna keep on, brother G, and even Angry Storm. Make women great again. That's what she says.
Yeah, it sounds kind of political to me, man. I'm just gonna put it like that.
I don't know the red pill
I'm
community.
not gonna say which sides or whatever, right? I'm just gonna say it sounds politically motivated to me. I'm gonna just put it like that. Shit.
I know the red
But
pill.
no, back to the topic of child support. So, did you ever get custody of your kids, man, or you got sucked in there where you had to keep handing out money?
Now me, I handed out money.
Wow.
I handed out money, and see, when 1996 came around, this is when Clinton came out with the welfare to work program. This is why a number of ABWs went to school. Now, this is when he said, well, if a guy gets, I believe it's $2,500 or $3,000 in arrears, that's when they start taking your license, which that's unconstitutional. Because first of all, and even when you put a person in jail for child support, we're not a debtor's prison. Okay, if I don't pay my credit card off, am I going to go to jail for not paying that off? No, they'll close my account, put it on my credit report, and send it to collections. That's one thing that people don't understand. We are not a debtor's prison. I know my friend Hostre, he had to go to jail because he didn't pay child support, and that's because none of us knew about it. As far as Anthony Dream Johnson is his name, that's what Celine says.
Yeah, and and that's what Tom Likers was talking about. While this guy's going through hell and getting billed for a kid he's not seeing, right? She can just go ahead, keep the kid away, and still collect that cash like it's nothing. I was just on the stream talking about what happened a while back. This guy from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, that had paid $12,000 a month for a child that wasn't his. And on top of that, right, the child was in the father's custody, right? And the father said, look, my child is here. I'll even pay child support for it. And the judge said, no, we're just out for the best interest of the child. And since the mom presumed that the child was calling this potential dad daddy at the time, then he has to continue to pay. Boom. Let me tell you, judges are ruling on this ignorant shit. They are ruling of it. I don't care what anybody says. These judges out here are fucked up. So I tell them, man, in my opinion, the only way we got to fight fire with fire, right, is don't impregnate these women. Don't live with them. And for God's sakes, man, don't be getting with these single moms, man. It's just real. You got to fight fire with fire, man. Shit.
You know what? That's exactly why I did the video. And even when they got grown, don't get around any of that chaos.
I almost spit this coffee out every.
Well, you know, when I do it, you know, we always hear from individuals from, you know, the children who are young. Man, when they're old and still living at home, that, in my humble opinion, what happens to that is some of these old heads, they'll bring their children back to live with the mom, and the mom is going to expect you to accept that. And again, I'm not talking about her, but I will look at some more of her content. You look at Kendra G. She's a radio host out of Chicago, WGCI Radio. She has a single show, and there are a number of women. There was one woman up there who said we're a package deal. I'm like, you're not a package deal. Where in the hell are you getting that? You're not a package deal. And so, but if you are going to be a package deal, okay, can the man, if he's going to have to be daddy, can he actually do it for real? Are the children going to accept that new man in there?
Nope.
Nope.
No, they don't. No, they won't. Come on, man. You know, you already know that. And see, I was going to ask you a question. Last week, when we played that video that I sent you the email about or whatever, if that single father, all right, well, no, that's the potential stepdad. I'm gonna say stepdad, okay? If he'd have came to you 411, sad as hell, and said, "Hey, man, I done lost, man, thousands of dollars with this woman," what would be your advice for him, man? Knowing that 29-year-old boy was talking back to him, and the single mom was telling him to go. If it came to you sad and say 411, I need your advice. What would be your
get out of there as soon as possible. Well, just like if you look at my thumbnail, I put up Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Well, apparently you're really not a need when you're at the bottom. You're only an option. I always say don't make somebody a priority if they make you an option. You know, 29 years old, living at home, and the mother. She enabled that. And I'm seeing a lot more. That's why I said, okay, when we talk about the mothers here, most everybody's talking about when they're young. I don't care what, if it's not, look, if you can't produce one yourself, well, don't take anybody else's unless they're grown and gone, because it's just it's a problem. I've seen a lot of problems with that. Now there are some outliers out there. That's fine, but you have to look at the long haul. Investment. Are you getting a return on your investment? Remember, your time is precious too, and that's what a number of single moms don't understand. They don't care about your time. They only care about what's in it for them, and they're not really looking to be with you anyway. They're looking for the resources. And it goes on. That's why a number of them, it's like true monkey branch. They'll go from this branch to another. Once they suck all the resources out of this person, they're going to go get resources out of the next person. That's their whole mindset. And
it's a system. That's correct. It's an ongoing system that never, ever ends. The only way it's going to end is if there's going to be a serious child support reform, a divorce reform, God damn it. There's a big ass, fat ass law reform with these women. But like I said, man, I agree, man. If that guy was sitting next to me, man, and I tell him, man, take your thousands of dollars, take your ball, and you leave, man. Cut it as a loss, man. Look at it. It was a 10, 20, hell, $40,000, $50,000 learning experience, and go. Just go. Just go. Come on, you got a 29-year-old saying, well, that's my mama, and I ain't leaving nowhere. And she like, well, you can go ahead, you can leave too. Hell, he said, well, hell, I'm going to go ahead and stop paying the bills. Well, you can continue to pay the bills, but you can go ahead and go. Ain't that a bitch? So even though I got to go, you still obligating me to pay some bills at a house I don't stay at. My name is not on a lease. I'm not on a mortgage. None of that shit, man. For real. I'm not on the title. Are you kidding me? This is the entitlement expectations of the single mom. Little kid, grown kid, don't matter.
It doesn't matter. And you got to worry about the grandkids, the dogs. You got to worry about the elderly parents. You even got to worry about the girlfriends. Anybody that's in her circle, you have to. That was the reason why I did the video. See, everybody looks at just the child. You know, you got to look at who's in her circle. You got to look at her family, where's she getting all the information from, because a number of these women base the mom's relationship off of their relationship. And in the end, you as a man, do you want to go there? Do you want to come home? No, man. I mean, I was in his position. There were times I didn't see my own children, but I was paying for them. And heck, they didn't even call me on Father's Day. I mean, that's okay. I still call them on their birthday. I'm not going to put it out there like that.
They won't even let me call and talk to them. So
what?
Yes.
So
it is a goddamn hierarchy, okay, of a priority list she has. All right. This is a unwritten contract of a hierarchy that you don't know shit about. God damn it! It's called the silent contract of the hierarchy that she has. You don't know shit about. As a single mom.
I had that bitch at the child support office say, "Oh, I'll put a fucking bench warrant out for you." I said, "I don't care. Put 20 of them out."
Yeah, that's another thing they do threaten you with. See, I didn't know that.
Don't care. Put them out.
They will, if you don't, let's say you have to, and I know it now, I didn't know it before, but they would try to, if you didn't make your appointment, like you had to go down to the child support office, and now I know that the individual sitting there is not a real judge, it's not a real court, not even tied to the government, it's just a collection. Well, they would try to send them a bench.
The thing is, in any other case, he is a judge, but in that instance, he is only acting as an administrator over an administrative hearing, which is not a legal hearing.
Right. And see, and this is what I try to relay to people. This is why you have to be careful with your money. You got to be careful with who you are dinking and dunking with. If you work so hard to get through school and you work so hard to make your money, why give it away to somebody that's not going to appreciate it?
Thank you.
Well, if that broke ass motherfucker going to step out on me, then of course he going to pay child support. He just jealous because he don't have the same programs and stuff that I get.
Yeah, you hear
that lazy bitch.
Don't forget what they said on the film, man. What did she say? You just jealous of my son. You jealous of my son. Remember that?
Maybe you should be more careful about where.
Had the audacity to say that shit. Are you kidding me?
Maybe you should put a rubber on and be more careful about where you put your semen.
You jealous of my son?
Here's the thing. What if that son? Okay, here. What would that mother have done if that son had bought somebody else's kid in that house? Then the tune would change. I'm telling you. See, nobody looked at, because I looked at that video. That mother would have been up and smoking. The son had bought somebody else's kid in that house.
Okay, so what brings a good question? Could the mom be promoted as grandmama now, or not necessarily?
No, the mom should be promoted as a fucking criminal.
Now, okay, technically, it's not her kid. Now, if her son had a kid from a woman and he bought his own kid into the, or no, if the mom had a kid
Okay.
Well, wait a
Another
minute.
kid.
Let me think. All right, the son is already there. So,
Okay.
so if the son had a kid, then that would officially make that mom a grandmama because the son is still there. She's still taking care of the son as mommy, but now the son has a grandkid, so she's now grandmother or grandmommy to his child. So
That-
because
Mhm.
the mother is doing all the work, she would be a
Okay.
grandmama.
Now I was wondering because I was thinking about that, and I said, well, what if the son had a kid and the son's kid had a kid? Would she be still be grandmama regardless though? Because I thought she would be grandma, but if the son, whatever maybe kid has a kid, she would be grandmama or great. I know she'd be great grandma, but she would be grandmama
She
also
would
too,
be,
right?
she would be because she's still mothering a son
Keep breaking it
while
down, yeah.
at the
I
time
love it.
being a grandmother to her son's child, and then it can go either deeper where she becomes a great grandmama, where well that's what see guys don't ever look
Is
at
she
this.
really mothering anything though?
That's a good question, Angry. That is a good question.
She really isn't, but what it makes it look like she's the matriarch of that house.
Is she a mother in anything?
I mean, we know for a fact that she's letting the motherfucker just run the streets, but is she mothering him?
No, well, no, really, no. But she's allowing him. She's allowing him to do whatever.
Right. She's enabling his bad behavior. Remember, I told you, I said it on my video, that the single mom always backs up the child's bad behavior and bad decisions. 100%.
That's true.
There's no doubt about it. Always. Okay. Now, like I tell you guys, there is a small percentage of exceptions out there. However, the vast majority, high 80s, high 90% of them are going to back up the child's bad behavior, especially now we verified it if they're grown. Shit.
She got to practice something she preaches.
Well, you're right, Angry Snowman. She does, but generally, it's all walking hypocrisy. Now, if she's got a man, she's going to tell the man, this is where you fit by her actions. Or she'll tell him directly that, okay, my child comes first. Now, if you're a man and you hear that, you need to get away as fast as you can. Don't even think about doing anything with her.
Yes.
Well,
You mentioned,
look,
you
Leon,
mentioned that in I think it was video number 3 you made about don't date single moms. You mentioned that, man. If she mentioned anything about like anything about the word package deal, right? Anything like that, or she says anything like my kid comes first, no matter what. These are all red flags. Run.
Well, I'm a little bit nicer than Leon is because, look, I'll say this. Even though I personally have never dated a single mom, well, I'll take that back. I did one. I'll take that back. I hold on. I take that back. I did one time for like 2 weeks and realized it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know, because that shit wasn't for me because I can't bond with someone else's kid the way I bond with mine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to do that to a kid. It's not fair to that kid because I'm not going to give him the same kind of child rearing that I would my own. My own is subject to the positive as well as the negative.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And you got a little bit.
Did she understand that Angry, or did she cop an attitude with you? Or did
I don't fucking know. I don't know. I never talked to her again. Not my problem.
He probably copped an attitude. And look, when you
but okay. But with that being said,
okay,
if somebody look, I will give a woman a benefit of the doubt if she is got one kid with one person, possibly 2 kids with the same person. You know, she was in a relationship, a marriage. No, I'm saying there is a small chance that she might end up being a decent person that just had a bad shake. So my advice to people that now me, I'm not going to do this, but my advice to people is if you want to take that chance, listen. No, hold on. If you want to take that chance and you're a single person, I would only do it with the person that has a kid or a couple kids with one dad. But if you find a single mom who has multiple kids by multiple men, run the fucking other direction as fast as you can. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you think you're going to be any different than the other fucking paychecks in her pocket, you got another thing coming. That is all she's looking for, is someone else to suck her. That way she can ride this motherfucker all the way to retirement.
And look at Cortez.
You got it.
Plus, the woman with a kid can't bond with you.
Yes.
And I listen. I never ever. I mean, now, if she's a little older, you know, you're desperate and you got to blow a gasket, maybe you know you can hit it. But that and I don't even like to say that because you said Men's Daily, Brother G. You said it's going to be something temporary anyway, which it is.
Yeah.
Even if
And like you said, on video number 2, you said you can use it as, no, I think it was video where you say you can use it as a human toilet. I mean, it was like, he was talking to us like a concerned person, man. He was really concerned about every man around the globe. And it was real. It was real, man. It made like perfect sense.
He's only looking out. Look, when I'm one of them guys, straight up, I've been with shitty women that done me wrong. I'm married now, and I've been married to my wife for 7 years, and we've been together for 9. All right?
Okay.
We got 2 kids together. We have a great life. Nothing wrong, you know? I'm not one of them. I'm not so far based out there that I'm going to sit and dog on women and say that all women are fucking trash and turn into some eunuch somewhere and never have anything to do with life again. I'm sorry. No. And I'm not going to tell young men to be afraid of women. What I am going to tell them is to use their motherfucking heads about things.
well,
Thank you.
Well,
You know, put on a condom unless you're ready to have kids and you've discussed it with her. Do not ever let a woman give you a condom. Make sure you bought that motherfucker yourself. Don't believe her if she says she's on the pill. Just hope she is, and now you're doubling up your chance of not getting her pregnant.
yeah.
I'm serious. You take the opportunity to protect yourself, because I'm telling you what, these women out here are fucking lunatics in today's world. I'm glad I don't have to fucking deal with them, because I would probably fucking end up in prison for turning into some fucking mass lunatic woman fucking murder. Not even playing. And look, you got to protect yourself. Don't get out of the game altogether. I mean, everybody has the right to have a family. There are positives about marriage if you find the right woman to get married to. You know what I'm saying? There are positives. It's not all bad like these people are saying. But you got to protect yourself first. And you got to make sure that you guys are on the same page. Don't fuck around. Look, don't be like some of us motherfuckers and not listen to the old guys telling you you can find these women, but do it right.
Right. Cortez, after her first time having sex, half of her pair bonding ability is gone. After having a kid, it's much worse. I learned this in high school from watching so many. And see, that's another thing.
That's a good point.
When it comes to that package deal, okay, should it not go the other way where the kid should accept it? And you're coming in just like the man was coming there paying the bills, and his name wasn't on any of the infrastructure. But she didn't appreciate that. She's, in other words, saying, well, you should be doing that. No, this is not my house. If you want me to leave, let me take my money with me. And
Thank you.
Cortez, I was talking about pair bonding way before you two. My school had over 90 girls who were pregnant or had a kid in my 9th grade.
Oh my God. Wow. Damn, that's like some type of extreme record, man, Cortez. Shit. 90? God damn. Man, I knew we had a lot of fucking single mothers here, but man, Cortez, what state was that high school in or city, man? I want to know this shit. Damn, 90.
California, I guarantee it.
California.
Yeah, you're probably right. Or Washington. Or fucking Washington.
Chicago or New York City.
Yeah, I know. Washington was like the fucking king of fucking goddamn crowning guys to pay child support for kids that are not theirs. It was like, it made like world news, man.
New Jersey. You're from Camden, ain't you?
Yeah, he said Birmingham. He said Birmingham.
Yeah, that's probably right.
That's Alabama.
Oh, dirty South.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do down there but sweat and fuck.
It's hot
Bust.
down
And bust.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, fight, bust.
Yes, that is a goddamn shame. I've seen too many guys, man, crying in tears. Guys came over on my couch, man, sitting over here talking about this shit though, man. Women hitting them up for tons and tons of child support, or guys getting back with the single mom just to say we're working it out for the kids. They got to put on the front, knowing they don't want to be with this woman, just to make her take him off of child support. Like it's
She ain't going to take you off child support. What she going to do? She going to make you ass live with her, pay all the bills, and then still garnish your check for child support, dummy.
Absolutely.
I've seen it all, man. I've seen the combo, man. You named the combo, yeah. And
I lived the combo.
Yes.
I mean, all I was saying is, you know, for guys, I mean, I always say, hey, I'm just telling you that if you want to live a peaceful life, you want to, I mean, let's be honest. If you work hard for something, you want to keep what you work hard for. You don't want to redistribute your wealth to someone else. I know they have your children, but you know, you're going to hear from the other side, well, it's hard to take care of a child. Well, first of all, maybe up until they're in kindergarten. Other than that, a lot of these moms outsource their parents thing anyway. They got them in, well, if she's smart enough, probably sending them to daycare, so that's money. And then when they get into public school, well, child's gone for about 8 to 9 hours a day. Now, I'd say the hardest part when it comes to a child is when they get sick. Okay, you might have to get off work, but most of them aren't making $100,000 a year anyway.
Sure.
So you got to look at it. I mean, and you got to look at stability. There's a lot. There's a lot going on with children, and I'm just looking out for the best interest of a man, of men, and I'm saying it's no different when they're grown. You're still going to get the same thing. You're not going to be at the top of the pyramid. You'll be there when she, I don't even want to say the word needs you, when she calls upon you, and you may be.
I can't believe you say call upon. It's upon.
Well, you know, for
dude, it sounds like you just went to the priest and asked for forgiveness for a major sin.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is though, I said that because in actuality, okay, although she's giving you the illusion that she's serious with you, but really you're in the friend zone. That's all you are. You're just there. You know, like that man.
Yep. Ray coming over and taking that down right, dude, while you're gone. Trust me.
Well, here's the thing. Ray's going to hit it free. You're going to be there paying for all the dinner dates. I mean,
because while you at work, Ray and Day and Tay, man, they sitting up and they're running it on her, man. While you at work? This happens while you at work. I'm telling you, man. Her house nasty. She ain't took out the trash. The smoke
cockroaches all over the
ringing.
fucking bathroom.
Yeah, the smoke detector still beat. You hearing the cricket sound on the smoke detector. Goddamn it! What'd you say about the bathroom, Angry Man?
Yeah, it's the cleanest room in the house, and it's the only room the cockroaches feel comfortable living in.
I'm just saying. I hope the young guys are listening to this shit. We've been through this shit, you guys, man. It's fucking for real, man. And I hope these guys are taking heed of this information out here, man, because it's fucking real. It is real.
Yeah. It's.
Nah, they all stupid.
Yeah, well, number of
they think. Look, most of these young kids don't think we know anything, dude. Think about it.
No, they start off. That's the thing. They start off stupid and ignorant, like a lot of us did, or whatever, right? But now we've learned from experience, man, and hopefully that percentage out there. Because on my channel, man, I try my best to warn the good guy and the nice guy, right? That is not the asshole, the thug, the jerk, right, or the bad boy's fault that this bitch is fucking attracted to her. It's not their fault. Okay, and I want the nice guy and the good man to stay the fuck away from that goddamn woman. All right, I'm trying my best to. I can't save them all. I can't protect them all. but I can put the warning out there and get the message out. Shit.
So, so, but it's, as a man, you just have to be a little more careful out here. And let's be honest, with the child support situation, we got to do most of the research. We're not coached, okay?
No, we're not.
Always coached. So you almost have to carry your own Black's Law dictionary around. So
Yeah,
you can
I call it a fucking brochure. Yeah, the brochure called, man, how to figure this shit out about life or something like that. I don't know. Like a damn brochure. You have to sit down when you turn between 16 to 18 and start reading that shit carefully and be like, okay, now I'm 18. I got to at least have some of this shit figured out. The rest of it, I got to do what I can by experience, shit.
I mean, life is, some people can't handle life. That's why they committed suicide. Just a fact.
Pussies.
Yeah, there was a matter of fact. Maybe was it 6 or 7 months ago? This brother, he had killed his baby mama and his wife and killed himself.
That was on Facebook and shit, man. He went on the camera and he had his little boy in there. All right. There was another one where he had his little boy in there and he told everybody, he was yelling at the apartment, hey man, I killed my kid's mama. I killed my kid's mama. Saying that shit, man. And the neighbors were out like, oh my God, or whatever. And he was talking to the camera like, hey, this is what happens, man. When a woman actually drives you to doing something you don't have no business doing. Like, he was a black guy. He was spitting like real shit though, man. But he said, I'm about to kill myself, man. Somebody come get my son. Like, yeah, it was like some fucked up shit.
Yeah, this was an area I used to live. It started in Baltimore County and then went to Howard County, Maryland. And then there was another guy that was a video. I think he was a Latino guy. And I guess he loved his child so much, his wife or something did something to him. And he ended up killing himself. And he was on camera.
Yeah.
So there's a, I put all jokes aside, I put this information out because, one thing that nobody cares about is men's issues. Okay. That's why we have to basically coach each other and say, hey, look, check your health out. That's why I did GMOs today, because let's just be honest. We have a lot of people who are eating bad foods. I mean, how many times have you been out to some of these restaurants? Because I even go in there now, like even some of this gas station food. Okay, you go eat some of that, and I just tell you, I don't know if you have them out there, brother G, but Angry Snowman knows what gas stations out here, like Speedway. Well, 7-Eleven just bought Speedway, but if you go,
we got a lot of 7-Elevens out here in Phillips 66 and all that. Yeah.
So
and Quick Trip. Yeah, Quick Trip is one of our number ones out here, man. Quick Trip gas station. I don't know if you guys got that out there.
We don't have we have Circle K out there, but okay, you go in there, you look at some of the grilled food. It's on one of these rolling grills. Before you buy it, stand there for about 5 minutes, and I guarantee you're going to see some flies flying in that grill.
Yes, you will.
Nah, man, don't be scared, man. Eat that shit. Eat it. You want to know why? It makes your stomach solid. If you can eat that shit and live, you can eat anything.
I sat up here and I went into a liquor store the other day to grab a beer, and this is how you know some people just really don't give a shit. And so I grabbed a beer, and one of the beers I had some fluid on there, man, spilled beer or whatever. And I told cashier, I was like, hey, I just want to bring your attention to some of these beers got something on there. Cashier told me, well, that's not my job. That's not my job. I ain't cleaning nothing and everything. So some of y'all people should actually take upon yourself to already know to rinse off the top. I was like, wow. But yet if I'd have went to Quick Trip or somewhere else, sure, no problem, sir. They would have swapped that beer out, cleaned it off for me, got me another one, something, you understand, And another guy just came by rudely. Well, he's telling the truth, man. Don't you know that a lot of them actually just piss on that beer, man? I said, man, I'm not even talking to you.
Yeah,
man.
you
I'm talking to this guy.
and
It
something
was
else.
like, yeah, I'm just saying, some people's customer service, man, is really shitty, you know.
Did a
But
video
you
on
know,
that. But
yeah, we
some,
made a video stream on the customer service not long ago.
yeah, and something else that you got to do too. All right, like some of these cans. This is why I don't like drinking canned sodas because okay, you
Yeah.
go buy some of these cans they put up there in these refrigerators. What if somebody had their feet on those cans and you pop that can open, man? You don't know what you're drinking. I mean, this is
I know what you ain't drinking.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there's
anything is nowadays. Anything is possible, man. Anything is possible. But I don't know. I just tell these guys, hey, man, you know, I mean, go around the world, man. Grab that passport. Go around the world and see how other parts of the world, man, conduct their food, how they process their food, how healthy other people are. I mean, hell, you got other countries like in fucking Brazil, man, and Thailand. The average person stays alive another 20 to 30 years, man. Like, it's impressive, man. You got motherfuckers out here, man. The average man out here stays alive, man, between fucking 60, man, and 60 and 75 here, man, in the United States. The women stay alive at an average between 70 to 85. Like, it's insane, man. In North America and Canada. You
right.
know, it's crazy. North America, you know, United States and Canada, you know, it's fucked up.
What I see here in America, okay, our food is processed. A number of us are over medicated. I mean, you see all these commercials on television about what you need for diabetes and everything. And here's what you do for diabetes: take some apple cider vinegar, do some exercise. There are people who just don't do any exercise. And I'm saying that because if you want to have a low doctor bill, well, if you do the basics,
Yes.
you don't have to worry about getting on latrinapril or metformin or any of these other drugs because the pharmaceutical companies, they're only out here to make a dollar. Because let's just be honest, when you take drugs, and you can be a drug addict off of legal drugs too. The thing about it is, the drugs only help the symptoms. They don't really cure the disease. It's like cancer. Okay, you can what do you go through when you go through cancer? If you got cancer, what is that you go through?
Chemotherapy.
Yeah, you can go through. And I even heard chemo was bad too.
You can go through that or radiation.
Yeah, but yeah. So even with all the technological methods out here, they're not perfect. That's
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not.
And a lot of us, we don't know that. Well, we do know that. Some of us just don't pay attention to it.
Correct. It's like you said, though, some of the simple things, you believe it or not, people take for granted that can really, really, really help them, man. Just in life circumstances. Like myself, okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I always take like a long ass 5 to 7 mile walk back and forth. That's just what I do. Okay.
Do you sweat? You sweat?
Yes. All the time. All the time. Yeah. All the time. I do it both in the summertime. I do it in the wintertime. Yeah. This is just what I do. You understand? And I go to my other destinations where I come to, and then I come on back. You understand? It's just what I do. You know, I've been a walker since I was a kid, man, or whatever. Right. And I never broke that habit. The problem is that like here in Missouri, man, you know, we got pretty good public transportation, but it's not the best. They will shame your ass if you do not have a car out here, right? You know, but you go to like parts of like New York, Chicago, or whatever, man, and California, whatever, right? It's like, you know, different ball game. They won't shame you. They highly prefer you to use public transportation because it's so packed out there. But back to what I'm saying about weight, you got so many land wells out here, right? They will not, I mean, do something simple like take a long ass walk, man, back and forth on a daily basis, right? They would rather go ahead, man, and keep driving their goddamn vehicles, right? Eating bonbons, goddamn it, or frozen chicken nuggets and all this goddamn shit that's unhealthy for them, right? Rather than go out here and just do simple things that are free.
Yeah,
And a lot, and walking doesn't cost you any goddamn money. No, it doesn't.
no,
And you know, a gym membership, it helps. It does help. Don't get me wrong, hands down, man. But the most simplest things are free out here that we take for granted. You know.
You know what I do? I don't have a treadmill, so I jog in place, and I jog in place. Even in this hot weather, I've been doing it, and I stretch every day. You stretch.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's really good.
Hey, dude, I've been going outside twice a week with it being hot. This week, I did it twice and put my my rain gear on. That way, it turned the inside of it into a sauna. Like right now, dude. When I took that thing off, I was soaked in sweat.
And you know here.
That's how you do it, man. You guys are doing it right, man.
Well, you know, because
I have to. I'm a fat ass, dude. I need to lose weight.
Well, and going to a gym. I mean, some people. Let's just be honest. Some people don't even go there to live. They go there to socialize. I mean, look, if you're in,
they go there to end up with a child support payment. Let's keep it real.
Are you saying they go there for attention whoring, right?
Some of them do.
Women go there to ruin marriages, and guys go there to ruin their paychecks.
There you go. You got the formula.
So that's what. Even in this weather, yeah, it's muggy. I got allergies, but heck, I work in construction. So guess what I do? I know gas is still $5 a gallon. Yeah, it's coming down. I see $4.99 in some places, but I park my car and I generally walk the site.
But out here, you'll see armies of land wells and hippo women out here, man, because they don't get it in, man, with the exercise. They don't, man, you know. And I've seen it, man. My own daughter's mom and shit. Yeah, I mean, for real. Let's just say, though, right there, right, I ask my daughter all the time, right, because we take these long walks for a day, and she asks, wow, man, I'd be glad when we can drive or anything like that, right? And I say, you keeping your weight down, aren't you? She said, yeah. I said, now, do you want to look like your mom or do you want to continue to figure you're at? I want to continue to figure out. I said, all right, yeah, that's how it is. You got to get it in, man. Get that walking in, man. Jogging in, man. You know, some type of physical activity. It doesn't matter. Some type of physical activity. Like you say, you jog in place or exercise at home. That's really good.
And also, we have to be aware. I touched briefly on it about the water we're drinking. Even this bottled water, you got to be careful with it. Now they got something out I saw called Smart Water. I'm like, and all water, bottled water, is not the same either. It's not. It's treated differently.
Leon, you said you're right there in Lafayette, right?
Oh, we got some.
Right off of 31. I think it's. Right before you get into Syracuse, there's a natural spring where you can go and fill water jugs up for free.
Oh, yeah, I heard of that. Yeah, I heard of it. All water. I mean,
I have a well, dude, in my backyard, like Grandma did, with the big pipe going down in the ground and the cast iron handle that you lift.
And well water is some of the best water out there.
Oh, dude, it tastes great. My son, 7 years old. He said, what's this? I said, that's a pump, a water pump. He's like, a water pump? I was like, yeah, that goes straight down into the ground into the water table, and that's water right out of the ground. He said, what? Out of the ground? I was like, yeah. I said, you want to try it? He's like, is it good? I said, you tell me. I opened it up.
How's it clean? So how's it clean, Mr. Angry? Do you guys, like in the Philippines, they got a well out there or a stream of water where they let the mountains actually clean their water?
Yeah, it filters itself right through what's in the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets a sediment out of it where, a lot of water here, they take wastewater. Now, I know in South America they do it. They take wastewater. Wastewater it's all the sewage. And they found a way to convert it into fresh water. I'm not with that. I mean, it just doesn't sit with me right away because I worked at a wastewater treatment plant. And they have these big clarifying tanks, and there's this arm going around it. It's all that sludge in it. You know what that sludge really is? You know what that
shit.
Sludge? Right. It is.
That's what it is.
Right. So they treat that water, and what they do, they add chlorine to it.
They add chlorine, they add fluoride, they add
yes.
all
Fluoride's
kinds
a
of
big
other.
one. Yeah, fluoride is a big one.
But yeah. Anyhow, what I was saying with the boy is he loved the water. He thinks it tastes better than any of the water he's ever drank, and it's cold as shit, coming right out of the ground, and like ice cold.
Yeah, and you don't have to filter well water either. I don't believe. It's
No,
just-
dude, I go out there and I just lift the fucking handle, let it run for about 2 minutes, and it comes out ice cold. Tastes great. You can taste the minerals and shit in it. Have you ever tasted minerals in water? You can actually taste them.
Yeah, I heard it's nat. You see what you're getting out there, Angry Snowman, is
It's
natural.
natural water.
Well, we're getting out here. Let's just be honest, because I remember when the bottled water came out. Now everybody's got bottled water. I mean, I don't even know what the best. What is it, Dan? Is it Danzy or Ice Mountain? I mean,
That
they have
Dasani
all-
shit.
the Dasani. That's what it is, the Dasani. But
Yeah.
but even when you look at your shower, some of that water that brings rust, and I've had to clean around my shower head because that water.
Calcium and calcium.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got calcium, lime deposits and shit.
so nobody, and we're talking some stuff, and you're not gonna hear too many people talk about this, but that's all part of your water, because what are we actually putting in our bodies?
A bunch of chemicals to make you dumb, so
Yes.
you go end up
Well,
with
that's
some
what,
strag and get her pregnant and pay child support.
Well, that's what us red pillars do, is just keep digging for fucking truth, questioning things, questioning society, questioning what is the truth and what isn't, and this is a really, really interesting fact about health that needs to be addressed.
Well, see, and the thing that I feel fortunate about with having see, like we just moved into this house 2 weeks ago, just got it,
Okay.
all right. And when I found out that it had its own well out back, and the water in the house was fed from the well, I told the wife, I said, you know what that means, right? She's like, if the water goes down, they have water issues in Fort Wayne. We don't have water issues because we provide our own water.
Well, there are a lot of people, like when they live out here, they live out in the country. Now, I know some people they love that well water. And
I'm gonna put an outhouse out outside too, man, because there's already the hole in the ground.
Do you guys let me ask you this, Anger? Do you guys have like use city sewer, or you guys use like septic tanks or anything like that?
I don't know for sure if there's a septic out here and if it runs through the city. I'm assuming that now it probably runs through the city because there's a bunch of land developments around me that are developed. Them little
city. That's city.
So I'm assuming it's on the city sewer. But when I was out back, I was looking, and there's one hole that out there that's a circular hole that had a big cement fucking cover on it. I haven't lifted it up yet, so I don't know what it is. But I found another one. It was almost like a square hole in the ground, and it was cemented straight down, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then one day it dawned on me. Cyber, I could be wrong. You might know what it is, but it dawned on me because I was talking to the wife. I was like, man, I'm thinking about, because we live on 2 acres. I was like, man, I'm thinking about getting a hold of zoning and finding out what I got to do to put an outhouse out here.
Right.
And then it dawned on me because I was talking to her the other day. I was worried about the kids falling down in that hole, and I didn't know what it was. And I was like, I bet you that's what that fucking hole is over there. That's where the fucking outhouse used to be. It made sense. There used to be an outhouse that sat right over that fucking concrete hole.
Yeah.
Because most of them outhouses, I think eventually you have to have them sucked out or cleaned out.
Right.
They fill up, then you got to have them emptied.
Yeah, and Cybertoxin says spring water is more healthier than purified drinking water, which I heard that too. And aquifers and artesian water are really good as well. So again, something else got to stay away from too. Stay away from those Cokes and Pepsis, because I found out that diet soda has a lot of salt in it. It's not good for you. It was this craze on drinking diet soda and everything. See, a lot of people aren't getting to the truth here. They're just, excuse me, they're just going off what they see on television. And don't get me wrong, television is trying to make a buck, but they don't care about your life. That's why
So is Obsidian.
Obsidian.
Oh my god, dude! I don't know what the hell happened to him, but you can tell all he's trying to do is make money off of people.
Oh man.
Is he you trying to say just like Dr. Umar?
Who never got a school
Comparing him
built?
to anybody but himself, but I'm gonna tell you this: he's a grifting motherfucker.
Who, Obsidian?
Dude, I'm telling you.
I remember I was down at the Manosphere meetup with him. He has his book, and wow.
Well, you
I've,
know he
I've
can.
heard, I've heard of him. I just never dug deep dive into Obsidian, but I have heard of his name tossed around a few times.
He can take that woke pro fucking woman shit and shove it up his ass, as far as I'm concerned.
What he's on? Yeah, I keep hearing.
He's on that fucking Daggle time right now.
Brian, he is on that.
I know, you know I ain't lying.
Well, I know you're not lying. I've heard some of the stuff he's said, and heck, Tommy Jean got me winning that when he was going to allow women at the Manosphere meetup free while we pay. I'm like,
I think that look, I think he caught COVID and lost his motherfucking mind.
You said what? He's gonna do what? Allow women to come on his panels and shit and have men pay?
We're going to have. I believe the Manosphere meetup. He was going to let women come in for free while we pay.
No, he didn't, man. Okay, because you went to like a couple. I seen your videos. You went to a couple Manosphere meetups. Was he there?
Matter of fact, he was there. No, I only went to one. The other one he just had in Philadelphia, but we went to Atlanta for one. That's where Little Big Nate was, and I went down there. Yeah, I drove about 9 hours from Indiana to Atlanta. And okay.
Damn, that's a long drive. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, you be pumping it, boy. Shit.
But yeah, Cyber, I'm pretty sure you got to make sure that if you have an outhouse, the leach bed for that isn't anywhere near your water supply.
Right, and then also, as a civil engineer as I am, anything like that, yeah, they're probably you need to check because there are some codes because you are actually installing a utility.
Yeah, of course the county's not going to let you put anything up on your property without getting their fair share first. You know, they got to pick your pocket.
Oh yeah, you got to get a permit.
I'm sorry, that's a concern. That's a concern. So you mean to tell me he was going to have women come to a Manosphere meetup?
I should have never brought it up, man. I should have never mentioned his name.
We already knew it anyway. We already knew about it anyway. I mean, I already knew because I remember being on Blog Talk Radio show a while back. A lot of people have I've seen them change since the first. Well, I mean, O'Shea Jackson used to be. He was one of the starters of it. He doesn't even identify with it anymore because.
No, he don't. And a lot of guys. He came out with a video, man, and he pissed a lot of people off in the passport community. they made a lot of reaction videos to his shit, man. OJ Duke Jackson, but that's a whole other topic. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Obsidian walking around like he's some fucking A-star fucking celebrity and shit now, man, and he ain't nothing but a YouTube personality that only about a third of the black community knows.
I mean, he does have. I know he had 10,000 subscribers.
Whoop-de fucking do. He acts like he's got 40 million.
Well, God. So you're trying to say he acts like he's NBC or CNN?
Yeah, because he has his own. He's been on Bernard Riley's show, and I think there was a video with him on Bernard Riley's show.
He's on Teapot tonight, apparently doing an open debate with people. If you got smoke, bring it.
Oh, he's on Teapot tonight. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. Yeah, because it's been a while since he's been around Teapot because we were all on Blog Talk Radio together back in 2015, 2016. So some of these guys, they like the Jessica X lady. Okay, I never donated her any money, but some guys have, and they've never seen what she looked like. They've been trying to get her to cam up, and this is the thing that guys need to stop doing. I mean,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
they can't support any of our channels, but they'll run and support people like her.
Yeah.
And then bitch because nobody's supporting their channel.
Well, maybe their stuff isn't that good either. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, think about that. They'll run and support some dumb fucking woman who isn't helping out anything as far as men go. All they're doing is all they really are is a fucking distraction. And then bitch and complain on their own streams that none of the men support the men.
Yeah.
And then some of them have the habit of using the talking points. They do and it sounds like they agree with us, but they really don't, because they're going to put some woman as talking points.
That's why I call them, the rare 1-2%ers out there, man. Because you got some of them that come into this manosphere, which I'm against women actually coming in the manosphere in modern society. That's just my take on it or whatever. They can come in, they can have a seat on the bench, man, and listen and shit like that. But when you got them sitting up here coming in here, man, and shit, and well, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that or whatever, man, and trying to control and manipulate and all this goddamn shit, I got a problem with that shit, man. I do. I actually do. Now, if we got the 1-2% of the women, they're actually sitting back listening and then listening to the message of, okay, look, the women are not listening to us men, but the 1-2% of you guys can address it to those women who won't listen, because they won't listen to us. But we've been trying for years to tell these women, man, what's going on and what the issue is. They won't listen. They won't take heed of the information. The 1-2% of you guys that are, go ahead and address those women and call them out on their bullshit. We're done. We got our own little territory. We got our own manosphere. We got our own MGTOW and red pill community, right? We've got some guys that are not pills that kind of agree with a lot of things that we do. So we're going to let that shit be.
Cortez says they can watch and cheer. The problem is that the simps made women all-star players in the manosphere.
Yes, they have, Mr. Cortez. Yeah, they gave him fucking goddamn. They gave him Super Bowl rings, man, without even making it to the goddamn playoffs.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Queens before they learn how to be princesses.
Yeah.
Nothing. They just sent a thank you for the dog.
They gave them motherfuckers. They gave them motherfuckers Tom Brady's title and Patrick Mahomes' title and shit without even making it to practice. Okay. Telling you, man.
Well, that's why, when it comes, I went down there, I supported Brother Nate, but I don't even, when they started doing that, I don't even put myself in it. With men.
I'm glad you caught on to what the fuck they was doing, though. Shit, this is really some really profound, really good information that needs to be out there. Like, hey, man, shit, this shit needs to be addressed. We can't be having that shit, man. The fuck?
Cortez, why does body count even matter? Femcidian. Wow.
Damn, wow. He gave him a name. Wow. What's his name again? I'm gonna look his ass up. What's his name?
Obsidian Media Network. Check him out. That's the name of it. Obsidian, and you go listen to a few of his videos, and what Angry Snowman is telling you, it is true.
Because I know one of the biggest name that they were talking about was Mr. Tony Sotomayor, and I know I know fucking man Charles Tyler, man, he tore his ass up he was tearing his ass up. He was going in, man. Because that's one thing that you and Charles Tyler had in common, man. He said, man, I'm not going to tell you, man, to go ahead and go get you a white girl, man. No, man. Why would you put yourself in the same situation in the United States, man, that you would, man, with a black girl? It's doing the same shit. It's the same thing you said about the single mom. Why would you go get with a white single mom when it's the same damn thing? And that's why I like you and Charles Tyler. I said, man, you guys had a lot of shit in common. You guys were hitting with that strong, hardcore facts.
When you
411.
see a single look, you're going to get the same thing no matter what. They're looking for some help. Let's just be honest. They'll
They ain't
talk
looking
about,
for
oh,
help.
I'm
They're looking
looking.
for a handout.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, help. They are.
Help is different than a handout, dude.
They're looking for something that they can't get themselves, but they claim that they're independent. No, you're dependent. Just because you have the kid, uh, you can't do it all by yourself. And
I'm looking right now. You said Obsidian what? I'm
Obsidian
looking.
Media Network. He has two: Obsidian Media Network 2, Obsidian. But look for his Obsidian Media Network, and you'll see all of his videos.
Obsidian Media Network. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I found it.
I think it's got a rainbow flag on it now.
A what? A rainbow flag?
I'm being facetious.
All right, all right. All right.
There you were. I know
His
you
name
were.
is Mambia Obsidian Ali.
That's him. That's him.
That's her in the flesh.
Have you ever been on a panel with him, Angry Snowman?
Nope, and don't want to, have no desire to, no need to. He cries and argues and talks like a fucking woman, and I ain't got time for that shit.
Oh. Yeah, because he was on.
They got a lot of videos up here of guys going in on this dude, man.
Oh, he's been around for a long time. I mean, but
Guys are ripping them apart, though, man.
yeah.
Yeah. O'Shea Duke Jackson going in on his ass and showing these thumbnails and shit, man.
Well, they used to get along real good. They were Angry Man, Obsidian, and O'Shea. They started Manosphere 2.0 because Manosphere 1.0 featured Ringo and Thug Titian and Avenue Rants and Tommy Sotomayor. He was part of Manosphere 1.0, and you had, I say Sergeant Willie Pete. There was somebody else out there. Pink Elephant.
Hold up. I recognize this guy. Oh my God. I think he was hold up, I think I recognize him, man. Wasn't he? Yeah. He actually, from my understanding, he was doing a lot of pandering to the goddamn women of the guys who was talking real shit. Like guys was like saying like some really honest stuff. I think he was doing a lot of pandering. I think I recognize his face, man. I'm trying to look, man. Don't give me the line now. Let me see.
Well, that's actually him. Yeah.
Well, he panders a lot to women, right?
You could
He
say
likes,
yeah.
He likes them daggles.
I mean, the guy you can actually, when you see him on a panel, Hood Servative has been on this panel. Bernard
he got something about the angry man.
Oh, yeah, they've been going at it too.
Not now. You need to make sure that don't confuse me with the angry man.
No. We already know.
No, I said the angry man, not the angry snowman.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'll get people fucking calling me angry man all the time on panels, man. And don't do that. I do not want that motherfucker on my channel cussing me out.
Yeah, but they're the actual ones who started Manosphere 2.0 and then 3.0.
Okay, yeah, I see a big ass, a very, very big pedalization of women. Like right here it says, why won't black men emasculate Kevin Samuels? I'm like, who would put out some shit like that, man?
A woman?
Yeah.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going through some of the thumbnails and some of the shit on there. Why I respect Cynthia G.
I think he was Cynthia G.
Wow.
I personally think he was her gimp.
Wow, I didn't even know you had that out there. Wow, man, wow. Well, like I said, a lot of these guys in here, there's a big change from when I actually came on YouTube, and I just I just see that
This this
there
dude
are
is
a number of guys up here that they just I don't know
why
Honestly, they act like this YouTube stuff is real, man. They take it way too
too
serious.
far.
yes they do. Yes they do, man. Yes they do. Here's another one called Why a Woman's Number is Irrelevant in the 21st Century. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
Number of body counts? You kidding me?
Yeah, because let's go ahead and advocate for a woman to give her best years and her best self away to any freaking dude that she runs across, and then decide when she's all used up and basically a fucking 1988 Dodge Omni she wants to settle down.
Yes.
wow.
Here, take this used car. I'm busted down. I got a slip tranny. I got 2 blown tires. My front axle's out. I got 2 blown airbags, and also I come with 3 child seats, and I'm ready for someone to fix me up, take care of me, and not worry about the bedroom.
Okay, now I don't know. Does this ring a bell to you? It says he had an announcement about the Manosphere meetup. It was March 4th, December 2021.
Now, it was actually December 3rd because I went down there December 3rd, 4th, 2021.
Okay, so it was so it was later on that year then.
Right. It was when it was still warm down in Atlanta, but that's when we went. Now he had another one that was the 10th and 11th of this month in Philadelphia.
Okay, and apparently he has a book called The Book of Obsidian, correct?
Yes, he does. He had a lot of them delivered down there to Atlanta, and he's. I mean, he writes books. I mean,
I bet it starts a smoker real well.
Yeah, there's a lot of titles in here that are real. I hadn't even looked at the man's content, man. I'm just going off the titles and the thumbnails and shit. Are single men keeping men single too? Wow.
You notice not a single thing has anything about women's accountability. Are women ratchet? Do women lie? Are women gold diggers? Do they tell men what they want to hear so they can trap them?
that's not in there at all. That's not in there at all.
I wouldn't have anything to say about it if he kept the shit balanced. But I mean, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell that he has feminine energy, because he acts like a woman, and women can't even meet men halfway on anything,
There
not
we
even
go.
an idea.
And here it is right here. Black male feminist battle royale. I think a lot of the questions have been answered. Wow. I don't even. I'll give a video a chance, but just looking at this, I don't even know if I want to fucking give it a time of day, man. Like shit, it's like a lot of stuff, man. You have to like really question, man. You know, I'm very particular. I'll give a few people a chance, man. But when I start like seeing any pedalization of women or anything that involves, encouraging guys to get with single mothers and, well, you should stay here in the States and find women, any of that shit or whatever. Yeah, that's a red flag. I tend to avoid those because, you know, and I just don't put myself in that position,
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel that if you're not married and in a successful marriage, then you have no business giving any kind of fucking advice about marriage or relationships at all. And really, in all honesty, like I was saying the other day, I don't even feel comfortable being in a successful marriage, giving anybody marriage advice. I really don't, because each relationship is all subjective
Different.
to the people. involved.
Yeah.
I tell guys on my channel specifically that if you want to really get advice, go to a couple, right, who are in their 70s and they've been together more than 20 years. Okay. They're the couple that can give you the best advice on marriage and a relationship, in my opinion. And they've never divorced.
Absolutely.
Yes. In their 70s. Yes.
My
All right. Not someone who's 70 in their 70s and they've been together like 3 years. None of that shit. No. 20 plus years. You got to go high. Okay.
My grandparents were married for 56 years.
You see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going with this? 56 years. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, like I said, and I'm sure feminism and we blame a lot on feminism, but there are a lot of men out here who, the funny thing about it is, men of all races, they're raised by individuals who really don't want them. And I'm talking about some of these women. I mean, they raise these boys. These boys are failures, and the failures are the ones that they raise. So they don't raise them to be productive. And I'm not saying all, we know it's not all, but it's a number or a percentage of them that don't raise them correctly.
No, they don't. And it's been like that for, years and years and years and upon years. And I say ever since the child support epidemic really came out like hardcore, man. They kept it after they kept it in place around World War II and all that shit, man, or whatever, right? It's been like that since then, whatever. Right now it's just got really, really aggressive. And to me, San Francisco and fucking Atlanta, man, it's a great example of that shit, man.
Yes. So, but gentlemen, I thank you for coming up. I'm getting to my 3-hour mark. It's going on 11 o'clock here. And Cortez says instead they take marriage advice from a known harlot who just got married. That's a fact. So what I'm going to do, we're going to have our last comments of the evening. And I appreciate you guys for coming back up. Apologize for the technicality. It happens, but we still got back up there and got right back on the horse. Drove the horse. I was going to do that, and we talked about some good copy, good commentary. But Brother G, thank you for coming up. Your last comments of the day. What do you have to say on the topics we talked about today?
Well, as usual, I'd like to say thank you for bringing me to the panel. I really appreciate it and everything. I'm not tripping off what happened earlier as far as the film, man. Don't let that YouTube shit, man, piss you off too much, man. I mean, hey, like I say, man, you better start exploring, man, other platforms. Keep YouTube, but make sure that your platforms, your videos upload at the same time on other platforms and share it to those other platforms. I'm telling you, right? But yeah, because I had to learn that shit from Sandman or whatever, right? That's why Sandman's like, hey, he's asked, having guys, give donations, and then he's making like volunteer videos because, man, that demonetization, if you're dependent on that YouTube income and you don't have other plates spinning, man, it can hurt you, So I tell guys, keep splitting other sources of income plates, man. Don't depend on just YouTube. I'm telling you, shit. Use YouTube as a tool to get the message out there, not necessarily as your main source of income. It could be a source of income, but not the main source, man. The objective is to get the message out there. Get the message out there. So, but thank you for bringing me to the stream. Gentlemen, please make sure you like this man's channel, subscribe to this man's channel. Please share it, man, so we can get the message out there too. And also check your health. Health is a number one concern, because if you don't have your health, you can't do nothing in life. But anyway, thank you, 411. I appreciate talking to you. Thank you, Mr. Angry Snowman. I look forward to coming to your channel one day, man, and peeping you out, man. If you can, please reshare your link, Mr. Angry Sandman, inside the comment section, man. I would highly appreciate that. And I'll go back to this and look at it. You know, if you could put in a comment or when the channel closes and put it in the comment section, whatever, I'll go back and look to it. But thanks, it's a pleasure meeting you again, man. Anyway, so you have a good night. You have a good night, 411.
All right, brother.
Thank you, guys. Take it easy.
Hey, you too, brother. All right, Angry Snowman, just you and me. And hey, I thank you for coming back on too. Got right back up, and guess what? Still went almost 3 hours. Yeah, that's good. But I appreciate you for coming here on the panel. You brought some good information, and we still talked about the topics that I listed. So
yeah, not a problem, man. You come over to my channel, support me, so I saw you was on. I figure I'd come over and show the same. The only thing I got for everybody, this is my advice: just say no.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, with that, man, I'm gonna get off here, Leon. You have a good night. Again, thanks for letting me come up. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for coming and supporting my channel all the time. Everybody, man, like it's already been said, man, support his channel. Hit that Cash App if you can. Everybody likes to see a little bit of monetary blessings before they're not worth anything.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you later, man. Deuces.
All right. Peace. All right. Well, we just had an interesting night. And again, to my audience and people on the panel, thank you for coming back up because of the technical difficulty, but it didn't stop me. Got right back up here, got on the horse, talked about our topics. And again, when we get up here, we just want to get information out. No freedom of speech. People don't like it, but that's all right. But again, before I leave tonight's panel, let's check the final poll numbers. The second poll. Are fat-free foods healthy? 21 votes. 19 said yes. 81% said no. And once again, I thank you for viewing this content. We're going to have some good content next week, and had a little technical difficulty tonight. I'm not going to let that get me down. Got right back up and put out a pretty decent live stream. But again, information, red pill information. Put this information out based on my own experiences and had other people that shared similar experiences. This is not information beating down women. What I'm doing is simply giving you what's going on out in the real world and what you need to do to navigate through the real world. And in the end, there is no recipe to how to navigate through the real world, in the real world. What you need to do is use common sense. Look at everything around you. Understand what's going on. And you cannot listen to the media. You can't listen to religion. You can't listen to what the government says, what goes on your private sector jobs. And you can't even listen to education. What you have to do is firmly coach yourself through what's going on. You need to know about politics. You need to know about health. You need to know about families. You need to know about making money. You need to know who you are. And you need to take responsibility for your actions. Certainly, life is hard, but you can get through life. But that's up to you on how you manage your life. Because in the end, you have one life to live, and you want to make sure that you live your best life. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some STEM education, check out my second channel, the QCIS channel, formerly the Mind of STEM. The slogan is still the same. On that channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and of course, math. Now, if you cannot find me on YouTube, you can always check me out on Twitter. Now, with the QCIS channel, I take it one step further because on that channel, it's dealing with subjects like calculus, industrial engineering, etymology, and biology. It's more of an educational channel. That channel is also on LinkedIn. So at the end of the day, I'm going to leave you with this. Be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And for individuals that believe in their mind that they've been offended by some of this content, if I'm not talking about you, this is what I'm going to say. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. And once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. I'll be back up here next Wednesday for more of this good content. But until next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.